This episode of Totes Recall, this extra special extra-sode episode, is brought to you by executive producer Josh Young. Josh, thank you for being such an incredible Totes head and Patreon member, and thank you for executive producing this podcast where you will soon be revealed the title of the movie that we are watching. Ignore what you see on your screen.
Don't look. Just press play.
Just push play.
Wait, you already did.
Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we can't remember very well. We push pause on the recording and we push play on the movie. And on eating 2 pizzas and 2 salads. Thank you, patrons. Then come back. Second half of the show and the record is us talking again about that same movie. How'd it go for us this time? We find out. We remember it better, for sure, 100%.
Hopefully.
And see how it held up in this day and age, given our 35 years of age. My name is Dan.
This is Molly.
I'm also Dan.
And I'm Beth.
And our movie, this very extra special extra-sode episode, is Mannequin.
Wow.
A movie.
Yes.
It is a movie. We are told it's a movie.
I've seen it.
You have.
Probably.
I have the same feeling. I honestly do not know if I have seen it or not.
I have definitely seen part of it. I have a memory of sitting on my fainting couch.
I'm sorry. Back up.
Has this detail never been revealed?
No. In what phase of your life did you have a fainting couch?
It is still in my father's home. And it was there.
On his estate.
Yes. It was there my whole life, I think.
Yeah.
I believe it's a antique heirloom Jaquette furniture piece.
So probably real ladies, like 1800s ladies, have fainted?
Potentially.
The Jaquette clan
I don't know the full
fainted
provenance
upon this
of the
couch.
fainting couch, but it was it's the couch in the TV room.
Nice.
That and the rocking chair were the 2 pieces we sat upon, and then someone usually had to sit on the floor.
Sure.
But I was watching it like it was on TV. This was I caught part of it on cable, and I can't say how much of it I watched, but I remember the only scene I remember, we're in a department store, big staircase, mannequins coming down the staircase.
No.
Great.
Oh, like animated mannequins? Or like
No.
people?
The actor.
Do we know the premise of this movie as a group?
I don't know anything about this movie because I think people know this about me. I am terrified of mannequins.
I did not know that
I
about
think
you.
it came up once, like 8 years ago on the show.
Okay, terrified's not the right word. Like I can go into a department store and be fine, but they give me the creeps.
They're weird.
I always feel like there's somebody standing behind me or watching me, and I don't like that feeling.
I had a friend in college whose mother was a
Mannequin?
seamstress, tailor, whatever.
Tinker spy.
Yeah. And we went to her house once, and I'd never been there before, and it was there in the evening. So, like, the sun had recently set. And
witching hour.
yes, indeed. And on her front porch were a number of dress forms and mannequins that were, like, very creepily lit.
What's the dress form? Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
is
so
it?
glad.
I don't know. Actually, what do you
is-
think it sounds like?
Yeah.
It's like a mannequin, but it's just like waist down or maybe
Waist
shoulder down.
down?
It's like just the dress part.
Just the
There's no
hips.
head.
It's a torso.
There's no
basically.
legs.
Yeah.
No arms.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Torso. It's a torso.
But it's got like a
It
Yeah.
can.
Like
have
doesn't
you
have to.
seen Project Runway?
some of it.
That's what
There
they
you go.
use.
They're using dress forms. And so you can pin into it, right? It's not like hard plastic.
And some of them are like adjustable, and you can expand them in different
Okay.
ways to fit
Yeah.
whatever.
I think it's what I'm thinking of.
size.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That sounds terrifying.
There was a part of me that's just like, is this even his mom's house? Like, have I been lured here
Oh, no.
by
By an evil witch.
an evil murderer?
It's very creepy.
It's unsettling.
Like cardboard cutouts can do that too, just like the silhouette.
Yeah.
Dolls. They're like big dolls.
Oh,
right?
definitely dolls.
Yikes.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting the evolution of mannequins over time. Like now sometimes
I'm
they're
listening.
just torsos.
Oh.
Oh.
And people are using more creative ways to show clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, more body types represented in mannequins these days.
For sure. And I can handle most mannequins, but a disassembled mannequin, for whatever reason,
Terrifying.
triggers the idea that it will assemble itself and
Yes.
start walking towards me.
But like assemble itself wrong.
Oh,
Right?
I didn't even think about that.
So
But
like
yeah,
one of the
there's
arms
just-
is a leg. He's
Yeah,
Yeah.
there must have been something that I've seen that
Was there a
created
creepy
that
mannequin
idea.
in Blade Runner?
there were like weird doll toy things.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh man, this reminds me when I was in college, there was a
Soviet Russia.
friend of mine who
Yuri.
who is an artist,
Oh.
and she did her art form for her senior project was dolls that she created, but she gave them all pubic hair.
Wow.
That's college art.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
That's the
college
most
art.
college art.
That's
Yes.
amazing. I love it.
Gave them pubic hair on their pubic region.
Yes,
Okay.
I mean,
I mean, it's college, baby.
That's-
Was it real pubic hair?
I don't think it was real,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
but I
That's
think it
also
was
college, baby.
made.
Yeah.
It was made to be pretty
Like
realistic.
merkins. Like she got some merkins
Oh, yeah.
and
She
put them
made
on.
some merkins.
No, I mean, they was handcrafted.
You can handcraft a merkin.
I guess so.
You can
I
like
don't
go
know
to
a lot about it.
merkinsupplierstore.com or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I'm just saying there were no shortcuts.
yeah,
Excellent dolls. but
excellent
yeah.
pubic hair.
They were all.
This
Long.
movie has Kim Cattrall in it.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, wait, hold on. That's already too much information. Beth,
Yeah.
the unions are demanding.
They've reached a tentative agreement.
They reached a tentative agreement with the AMTP, but one of the stipulations is that you at least do a union-strong totes pre-call of the movie Mannequin.
Okay.
I also have not seen it, but I know
I
3
don't
facts
know if
about
I've seen it. That's why I'm hesitant
On
to
the
join
spreadsheet,
in.
you said you didn't.
Wow. I
Only
gave
Dan
my one
Jaquette
detail.
claimed.
But I filled that out years ago, didn't I?
That doesn't matter. Your memory is no better now.
But what if I've seen it since then?
You definitely
You
have
would
not.
know.
You would know.
That's not true.
In the last 9 years? All right.
Come on.
I think you can join in because I
Okay.
think it's more
I'll do
fun.
the time.
All right.
I have a timer. 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know if this is a scary movie or like a comedy.
Great. Keep going. Roll with
So
it.
like if it's scary, there's a mannequin in a department store or mannequins and they come to life
Okay.
and they are terrorizing the town.
Ooh, there is a man who works in the mall. I don't even know if it's for this department store, but he is horned up for that mannequin.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's maybe not a scary movie.
It could be. It still
Bet
could be.
It could be a scary rom-com.
Yes.
Okay.
Where a man fantasizes about a mannequin and they ride a motorcycle together.
Okay.
And nobody
15 seconds.
understands.
15 seconds left.
Sorry, I'm taking notes too.
Oh my god! I'm pretty sure.
seconds.
I'm pretty sure there is somehow an Egyptian curse involved because this
Oh.
was the 80s, and every 80s movie is insane.
What?
Wow.
Okay.
Time.
Love.
I have to apologize. That was not my best timekeeping.
Wow.
Wow.
I was distracted.
What is it,
Interesting.
Molly Chase doing the times
wow.
today? Come on.
Also
Up top.
taking notes, which I also did poorly.
Cell phone.
Amazing. There's no way this movie is not like bonknanas, right?
But it is a rom-com, right?
I think so.
I believe it's a
so
rom-com.
it's not
It's
scary.
not
I mean,
meant to
it
be
could still
scary.
be scary.
Okay, I'll find it scary, but no one else
I
will.
feel like there are still elements that could be
Yeah.
very disturbing.
Here's
Okay.
my, as the expert of the table.
Your fainting country review.
Yeah. There is a man who works in the department store. He is horned up.
Yeah.
He's maybe like the night watchman.
For the mannequin? Or just
For
in
the
general?
store.
I think
He's horned up for the store.
Oh, no,
He
sorry.
loves
for
the brand.
he's horny for commerce.
It's the 80s. He is, of course, he's horny for commerce. Everybody was. Am I right?
You're right.
Greed is good.
The mannequin comes to life, and then he falls in love. They fall in love, but the mannequin's only a human lady at night.
Like a werewolf?
Yeah. Well,
Isn't this like a Twilight Zone episode?
Whoa.
and
I feel like there's a Twilight Zone episode like this.
and
That's
then
bet.
during the day, back to mannequin. And so he's got to navigate, like, I'm falling in love with this woman, but she's only available in the night,
Uh-huh.
and a mannequin during the day.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay.
Wow.
I have questions though.
Yeah.
So you mentioned an Egyptian curse.
Yeah. Is that Night at the Museum also?
I don't know.
Oh, I mean, that is Night at the Museum.
This is why I'm not sure if I've seen this movie, because that detail is like in my head. And I feel like that is a detail I would only know if I had actually watched this movie.
Yeah, like does she wish, or does he wish so hard that she's alive that she becomes alive?
That
or
seems
is there
correct.
Or like maybe an ancient Egyptian jewelry is placed upon the mannequin or something. Like a Frosty the Snowman situation.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he
Wills it?
I think
He
he
horns
wills.
her
I think
into
he horns her into
existence.
existence.
Yes.
And I think that is like her birth. She's not like a woman trapped in a curse.
I see.
I think she comes into existence the first night she turns into a woman.
Is she like neutral? Is she into him or?
I think not at first.
I think she's into freedom.
Yeah, she's figuring out what it means to be human.
Yes.
And then in the end they bang.
What?
I'm
That's
just
the
throwing
whole
it out
thing?
there. I bet they bang.
Great.
that's the conclusion of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I feel like
have
he's got to
questions.
find make her a real girl,
Yeah.
but a woman.
Woman.
Yeah,
and
Just
that's how they do it.
Pinocchio
Ooh,
stuff.
maybe,
This
yeah.
kind
is
of, right?
feeling
Maybe
like
they bang their way to reality.
Is she, okay, is she when she's born?
Yeah.
Like, is she being born into existence at that moment in time, and all of a sudden, like, she's sentient and self-aware, and there's like a whole like I got to learn how to walk kind of
Oh,
thing.
great
I bet there's
question.
going to be some comedy of like, it's night. Oh, something crashed upstairs. He's got to go check it out. And there's a lady now, and she like goes, "How do I walk?"
Okay,
Do you
but
think-
has
Then
she
they
been
bang.
like trapped inside of this? Like, did she like observe everything?
Yeah,
and
is she
all
aware
of
of
a sudden
her
she's
world?
like, I'm alive.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think she's only aware when she's a human woman.
Dan's bet there is an evil commerce man who owns the store.
Yeah.
Who somehow gets in the way of their romance.
And he's either going to maybe fire the night watchman
Or,
or
like shred the mannequins.
yeah,
don't
we
think
need all
it's
new
just that his
mannequins.
Friends think he's nuts. We're gonna have we're gonna have some
Best friends?
best friends.
Nice.
And then is it Andrew Shue who is the
Oh.
No, that's the wrong name.
The gentleman?
The gentleman was from Pretty in Pink. He's
Elizabeth
the
Shue.
heartthrob from
I don't know. He seems like a Matthew Broderick type, but it's not
He's
him.
not. No, he was from the teen movies, and this was supposed to be his big breakout as the lead, and it did not go well. That's what I remember. I was alive when this movie came out. I guess I should
Braggy.
start with that.
Oh, wow.
Wait, weren't we all? Maybe?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Some of us are older than others, even though we're all 35.
Oh, this is in the 80s. Oh, I guess you said King Patrol. That makes sense.
Yes.
87. I'm saying 87.
I'm going to say 86.
Oh, I was going to say 86, so I'll say
You're
85.
allowed to double up.
For me to be alive in the 80s, it would have to be 89.
Is that what you're going to say?
Sure. I have no idea.
If it's 89, does that mean you were a mannequin when you were born?
I don't know.
I think
I
so.
mean,
I
that
think
seems
that's what it
right.
means.
Like, just like a doll.
At a baby gap.
That's how babies.
Dolls are
come to
baby
be.
mannequins.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Are dolls the babies of mannequins?
No,
Yeah.
don't they make child mannequins?
But they don't
They
make
do.
baby
They don't make
man.
baby mannequins.
Oh, they do actually.
Do they?
Don't they have the little ones that are like crawling?
Oh, yep. Yeah,
yeah,
those
they
are
put little
terrifying.
onesies on them.
those ones are scary. I'm not scared by adult mannequins, but baby mannequins.
I'm less afraid about that.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we got to team up.
Yeah, I guess you didn't. You needed to watch Trainspotting 1,000 times as a teenager to be terrified of.
Is there a scary baby mannequin?
Yeah.
There is. Holy shit!
In
There's a
Trainspotting?
baby
Yes.
crawling across the ceiling.
Oh,
People are tripping,
It's fucked.
and that's what they see.
Okay.
And then
Do
it's
heroin.
awful what happens to that baby.
Yeah.
It's a real baby?
Well, it's a hallucination of a real baby.
Oh, that is not cared for because
Yeah.
of
Yes.
heroin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for the movie Trainspotting. The moral of the story is heroin is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teens, hey, cool it. Don't do heroin.
Ewan McGregor still looks good.
Oh, he
even though
looks
he's like
so
a
good. I
heroin
had
baby.
the biggest crush on Ewan McGregor.
That movie-
And I was like, is it okay that I have a crush on a guy who just looks like he's strung out on
I
heroin?
mean, I feel like that movie was like this
That was his
episode is about the movie
breakthrough.
Mannequin.
Yeah.
That movie, like, I feel like brought in sort of like the most modern era of like heroin chic.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's just like people were just like into dudes who looked like they were not taking care of themselves.
That's fair. Oh, man. I still have a huge crush on Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I haven't met a single person yet that I've remembered to ask about it.
Yeah.
You're not just running down the street like, how do you feel about Ewan McGregor?
Yeah. Well, Mannequin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the curse, I don't want to go as far as curse.
Blessing.
I think the end of the movie, blessing.
Hashtag bless.
He's got to break it, right? That's the way this, I mean, there are sequels to this movie.
Okay.
What?
There's definitely a Mannequin 2. There might be a Mannequin
what if
3.
he becomes a mannequin so he can be with her?
Wow.
Chicken.
Man.
Because it's got to be that his obstacle is getting to her, right? He's got people have to think he's nuts,
Right.
Yeah.
and he's like losing touch with the reality. I think he starts to lose parts of his life. Yeah. What do you think, Dan?
Dan's bet, the part of the blessing is that other people cannot see her, even at nighttime. Like she just, if they walk by, it just looks like he's having a fun conversation with a mannequin.
Oh yeah, because there's a mannequin looking. Yes.
Oh no.
So that's why they think he's so nutty.
See, this is a scary movie.
I think he's going to have an overbearing mother who is trying to set him up
I love
with
that.
real women.
Yeah.
And he like goes on a date, but no one is as good as Mannequin.
Well, and there's that movie that came out more recently.
Yep. There's some of this.
Well, no, where one of the characters' girlfriend is a blow-up doll.
Oh, Lars and the Real Girl?
Yeah, Lars
That's
and the Real Girl.
Maybe 10 years old.
Well, it's newer than 1980
Yeah,
something.
Dan,
Fair.
get off your high horse.
Wow.
It reminds me a bit. I just saw Her recently, and
Okay.
that's similar, except for in Her, everyone just like accepts the relationship like immediately.
And there's like a bunch of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Which I liked about that movie. I was like, oh, it's not about him being crazy. It's
Right.
about
Society
Yeah.
or something.
it's a love story in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Mannequin.
I'm pretty concerned. I don't know. You know what? I don't think that Josh Young would steer us wrong.
No.
And I'm sure in the second half we get to find out why Josh picked this movie.
Yes.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to that. Josh Young, executive producer of this podcast. We are grateful, and I'm sure you have incredible taste in movies.
I mean, I was excited.
and so this one is not going to be awful.
I was excited because, like I said, like there's no way this movie isn't just like bonkers.
I think it's bonkers.
Right? Like that has to be at least part of the motivation for Josh's pick. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
I think it's got intense late 80s magic
I mean,
energy.
just the premise alone on paper, you're already like, someone made this movie, right?
Yeah.
Like,
What types of things do they do when she's around? Like when so
Are
she has
they
to
in a Target?
she has to learn
no way.
There's
Target
specifically Target.
was
There
not
is-
cool in 85.
Okay, there is a movie about a night guy at Target. He gets up to shenanigans.
With mannequins?
Wow,
Shenanigans?
Mannequin shenanigans.
That's trademark. That's ours.
Yeah,
that's the
hey.
reboot. Mannequin shenanigans.
Mannequins.
I remember that movie. There's because that
No, you don't. What's the movie called?
I don't know. He's a Target, but he like gets all the stuff because it was like a cool. It was a cool. I've had that desire to be like, what if no one was around and you could just use all the stuff in a big store and it was like cool and fine, no consequences. Either it's the apocalypse or you're the night watchman. Pick one.
Okay.
And you can like you can like sit in a lawn chair. This
Sure.
might be this movie. You can like sit in the lawn chair and like drink a soda pop and
Yeah.
like play music
Yeah.
as loud as you want. And then
And this happens in a Target in a movie you're sure exists.
yes,
Okay.
get at us wherever we exist to tell me what movie I'm thinking of. Discord, Facebook,
We're on Instagram.
Instagram,
Threads.
Threads.
Are we?
You know
What's
what we're not
Threads?
on?
Yeah.
Whatever X is.
We're not
Exter.
yeah, X is our
Exter.
X.
Send us an email. Call us.
Yeah, call us. 612-A089 put a do.
Last two T's don't matter.
No, the last four letters don't matter. But
Oh,
you
shit.
do.
2
They're
T's a
too
pod.
long.
612-208-9788.
It's been a while.
What?
It's been a while since we sung that
Oh,
song.
it's been a while.
It's been a while.
You know, it's also been a while since we talked about the Bechtel Wallace
Mm.
test.
Okay. We got Mannequin Lady who has a name.
She has to have a
God,
name.
by the
I
end.
hope she has a name.
Does she name herself or does he name
Oh,
her?
I bet Molly's bet he names her.
Yeah, fair. But then it's her name.
I bet it's something
Does
like
that count?
Chandra or something that seemed exotic and fun in the 80s.
Mannequin.
Write that down. I'm making such good bets.
Yeah, Dan.
Sorry.
Get off your high horse.
Hard to. I might fall. Okay, she's got a name. She's not going to talk to anybody.
A woman, certainly
Apparently
not.
she can't.
like during the day, who else is going to show up? Maybe mom comes at night. Night Mom. That's a movie. That's our movie too.
Yeah. Trademark.
There's probably like a rich lady that comes in and comments on the outfit she's wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Or there's like a cashier rich lady interaction. I'm going to give a hopeful yes.
Nice.
I bet that there are at least 2 named women in the movie, but I don't think they're going to talk to each other.
I agree with that.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
I want to know what they do on their dates.
Yeah. Let's
get on a motorcycle.
Let's take some bets.
Yeah.
So she can be like alive outside of the store.
Yes.
I think so. I think.
Why doesn't he just take her?
Oh.
Maybe he does. Maybe he takes her back to his apartment and then sunrise.
He's like, oh no, she's a mannequin.
She needs like department store magic.
Maybe.
I feel like it's related to the sun.
I feel like all of these questions were asked during the pitch meeting.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Give me the mannequin rules.
Yeah. Let's take some bets on what they do on their dates. I'm going to say hot dog cart because I desperately want it to happen.
Yeah.
Well, now this is okay. That is it broadens our horizons.
I think they can at least
that they can go outside because I was thinking they all had to be like department store themed. I like the idea of the lawn chair date. Yeah.
I think there will be like some bench sitting next to a river at a park or something.
Okay, there's gonna be like a costume, fashion montage, trying on outfit,
for sure.
outfit montage.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's say tandem bicycle, just for fun.
Wow.
Can she eat when she's alive?
Great question.
I think so. I think she's
sure.
I think she's fully a woman.
And then the next day, someone's like, "What is going on? What is that smell?" And they open up one of the
Smells like old
mannequins.
hot dogs.
Old masticated hot dog.
Yeah.
So gross.
It's like raccoons trying to chew into the mannequin.
Yeah, like if something happens to her as a mannequin, does something happen to her?
Oh, like if her arm falls off?
Yeah, like if she they forgot to put her arm on the next day, is she not have an arm?
That's got to be a moment where some's like, "I'm just going to move this mannequin."
He's like, no.
Although, is he working during the day too?
I don't know.
I just don't think he works there.
Wow!
Oh, I
Big
love that.
swing.
Spicy bet.
How does he get
Is he
there at
breaking
night?
in?
Yeah, because he's so horny.
Yeah.
So
No.
he's outside like
He horns his way into the department store.
Listen,
Caesar the Widow is like, I gotta
the
put that
memory,
mannequin.
the 2 memories I have are backed up by gifts that I look through squinted eyes. One, he stands
Looking
outside
at
the window
gifts
with
through
his hands on the
squinted
window, longing
Oh, maybe.
for the mannequin inside. And 2, they're on a motorcycle.
Wow!
yes.
Motorcycle's big. I feel like
Is she human or mannequin at that point?
Both.
Yes.
So that's what I think gives
Wait.
credence to what Beth was saying.
she's both a human and a mannequin on the
That
motorcycle.
when other people see them together,
Okay, for
when
the
other
record,
people
I said
see-
that,
Wow.
but that's fine. You can give Beth credit.
Well, I said it a second time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and I maybe wrote it down.
What is it about her mannequin form that makes him so horned up?
For that mannequin.
I'm just trying to think of like,
Yeah, they're all the same.
I've not seen a mannequin before where I'm like, ooh.
Okay.
Oh, you are.
Molly's bet, and I'm making this up completely.
Okay.
He sees a beautiful woman out on the street. They have a wonderful night together. He's like, "Can I call you?" And she says no. And he's like, "But I have to know more about you." And she says, "See you later." And she goes away, and he chases after her.
Oh.
And then doesn't get to see her again. And then he sees a mannequin that looks just like her. He becomes obsessed with the mannequin, and it turns out that she is that mannequin.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
All right, so
that is
Quite
Molly's bet.
different than my conception, but I'm into it.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that makes sense.
Sure.
That he would be like, oh, it reminds me of this woman.
So she's
But it
living
turns
a,
out it was that woman.
but she's living a full life and then
She
goes and
has
hides in-
autonomy over whether she looks like a woman or a mannequin.
Whoa.
That is my
like
thought.
a Tanuki suit in Mario.
Sure, yeah.
So she can make him look foolish if she wants to.
Nice. LOL.
wow. She's just
Damn.
playing games with him.
Yeah, playing games with his heart. And in the end,
And
he
other
ends up
things.
destitute and alone.
Damn, Molly.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
swinging.
I love this.
Okay. I didn't write any of that down, but I'm
Yeah.
excited for it.
Me
Okay.
too. I hope it's that dark.
I ran
Well-
out of room and I decided my handwriting is atrocious tonight and it's going to be of no help to any of us.
Wow. Come on, buddy. It's okay.
We believe in you. Wow.
You can take notes if you want to. You can turn that page aside.
You know, have you ever re-listened to that song,
No.
Safety Dance?
Never.
I was just driving the other day and I heard it come on and I listened to the lyrics and thought about when it came out and was just so overwhelmed. Like I almost cried because it is such a beautiful song about acceptance and venturing outside of your regular group of people. And I was thinking about how in the 80s, when it was just starting to be where people could be queer or at all different than anyone else, and like what safety dance means. And sure, like everybody loves safety dance. I think I was probably in 4th grade when it came out. That was great. But it has so much meaning. It is such a good song. I encourage Totes Challenge.
Yes.
Listen to the song and pay attention to the lyrics and imagine yourself as a 1985 teen and tell me you don't want to cry just a little bit.
Could be in this movie. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something.
It would.
Oh man.
Department Store Magic.
Department Store Magic. Okay, let's go.
Oh.
How are we going to rate this movie, Molly?
We're going to rate this movie on Mannequin Shenanigans.
Okay.
How many?
Is this like a prank show?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, were they?
It's like how many episodes of Mannequin Shenanigans, and it's executive produced by mannequins.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That added so much to that.
Are they
involved? Are they on camera at all, though, the mannequins?
Yeah.
So they're like the commentators when you get like B-list celebrities commenting on the pranks, but they just cut to a room full of mannequins being still.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing is like these mannequins set up scenarios where people are engaging with them as humans, and then they turn into a mannequin.
Oh, these are magic mannequins.
I mean, listen, as far as we know, all mannequins do this.
Yeah.
See,
it's
we have
no way to prove otherwise.
True.
They're like trolls, like classic Norwegian trolls that turn into stone.
Like a tanuki suit.
Yeah.
When they want to, or when
I think it's in the sun.
In the sun, yeah.
Well, I'm saying they have full autonomy, and they are punking us all the time.
Oh, wow.
So
and they pretend
greatest fear
to be extra stiff to make it really hard for clerks to put on the clothes, but they could bend their arms if they wanted to.
Wow. You can bend your arms if you want to.
I think there's the Doctor Who episode.
Oh yeah, aren't there like creepy statues that like are crying all the time? And if you look at them,
that one's really good.
That's
I think
Weeping Angels.
I think there's also a mannequin one.
Oh no!
I'll chase it. It might be like maybe the first Christopher Eccleston one.
Yeah, but they're actually, spoiler alert, they're actually Cybermen.
Whoa!
Cybermen.
I think that's what it was. They're like shadows and people. Okay, never mind. Maybe that's a different one.
Check out
it's a mannequin
all
one.
of
You're
Doctor
right.
Who.
Shut up, nerds.
Shut up, nerds. There is a mannequin one for sure.
Yep.
Great.
I'm thinking of a different one.
I wonder how many episodes of Mannequin Shenanigans we will rate this movie.
And you go first, as we all know.
Wants to watch this movie.
I do. I'm ready. Let's go.
I go first, even when I'm pressured into doing it, even though I wanted to keep talking about Mannequin Shenanigans. No, it's fine. We get it. Mannequin pranks. This movie sounds so wild, and there's no way I won't. There's no way I won't. What am I trying to say? I will definitely enjoy watching this, but I have no idea if I'll enjoy it because it's so bad, but wild, or if it's like actually kind of a well-made, ridiculous 80s movie. So I'm going to be optimistic, and I'm going to say I'm going to order 4 episodes of Mannequin Shenanigans. Excellent. All in a block, though, because the network isn't super sure about it. So they're just like burning the episodes, at like 8 p.m. on a Monday. There's like a football game happening on the other networks.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I got it.
The Arrested Development treatment.
Oh, yeah.
Beth, you are second.
Yeah, I think that based on what we think the movie is about, it sounds fun. So I'm going to say 4.
Nice.
My name is Dan. I'm third. I'm also going to say 4 for basically the same reasons. It sounds wild. I don't want to go all the way to 5 because there's a lot of holes to fill.
There's no mannequin rules that we know yet.
Yeah, of how this is going to go. But I think it's got a lot of potential. So I'm going to leave it potential within my rating. Did I do something there? Who knows? 4. Molly Chase.
One last Molly's bet. There is 100% chance I will wedge in a reference to mannequin-splaining.
Nice.
Between now and the end of the episode. Josh Young has chosen this movie for us, and I trust Josh Young, our executive producer of this extra special extra-sode.
Okay.
And for those reasons, I'm going to give it 4.5 with full expectation that I will be at a 5 or a 0 by the time it's done.
So is the half like it's like Toy Story 2 where like they lost They lost most of the
no.
episode, but they had a little bit of a backup, but not the whole episode.
Yes,
Cool.
exactly.
Wow. Okay.
And with that, we're going to press pause, go watch Mannequin, and we'll be right back.
It's me, Beth Gibbs, the host of this mid-roll that you're hearing right now.
Nice.
Is mid-roll like a term that people understand?
I think at this point,
Yeah,
right?
they get it. It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, also, we've said it like 1,000 times.
Yes.
And
so
our listeners are in the know.
They're
yeah,
savvy.
Podcast terms.
If you don't know, like in the
Or-
podcast world, it's like an advertisement that happens in the middle
Like it
of the
rolls in.
podcast.
Yeah, what's the
And
roll
we
part?
have turned
rolls
away
in.
every advertiser who has come to us for our mid-roll so that we could bring you this message.
This extra-sode is brought to you by Josh Young. How did that happen?
I don't know.
You might
Wow.
ask.
What a hero. Is
Josh-
he a superhero?
He might be.
Okay.
Josh went onto the internet,
Okay. For the listener, Beth just pretended to type on a keyboard
Yeah.
to tell you how to get on the internet.
went to patreon.com/Totes Recall.
Is that it?
That's all. That's
That's
the full
it. That's
URL.
the whole URL.
You sure?
I'm
Yep.
quite positive. Then
Feels
Josh-
like there's another .com.
Jesus.
Josh signed up for the executive producer level,
Hell
Wow.
yes.
which gave Josh the ability to pick the movie that we are watching and make a whole new episode that would not have existed without Josh.
Wow,
True.
Superhero.
So if you'd like to do that, head on over to patreon.com/Totes Recall
.com for sure.
and you got it. We believe in you.
Click on that tier, baby.
Click on that
smash that
tier.
butt.
Force us to watch a film of your choosing.
Yeah.
Unless we veto it and Dan sends you a polite but firm email. Has that ever actually happened?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
But it could, so
It
watch
could,
yourself.
Yeah. It could.
Anyway, we love you. Now back to the show.
Yay. And we're back. We just watched 1 hour and 29 minutes
Nice.
of the most 1980s of all 80s movies I have ever seen. Why is 129 nice?
Is it because it's 60 and 69?
Oh,
Sure.
nice.
No, it'd be 60 and 30.
It's just
It'd be 60 and 29, you guys.
Yeah, 60 and 29.
nice.
Nice.
Wait.
What? Why
Oh,
is that
you know why?
nice?
Because it's 1 hour, then 2 hours.
Sure.
That's what was happening in my head, but that's
Okay.
not correct. Thank you. Back it up.
And we're back.
Oh, okay.
We just watched 1 hour and 29 minutes
Nice.
of Mannequin, the most 1980s of all 1980s movies. I will say right now, costumes were incredible. I believe they could have spent one more minute to bring it to a complete 90 just to tell us what happens to the dog.
Yes.
Oh, complete
yeah.
90 minutes.
Spoilers.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought you were bringing us into 1990 or something.
Oh, no, because this movie was made in
1987.
Boom, I think.
Dan Linden.
Yes,
Yeah, boom.
that's right. Bow down to my ability to arbitrarly guess a year of a
I
movie.
almost guessed 86 or 87.
Doesn't
You almost guessed
matter.
86, which would also have been wrong.
Well, less wrong than where I landed.
Sure.
In
Sure.
my head, you said 129 minutes, which would have been 60
Nice.
plus 69. That's where that came from.
Okay.
Oh.
But you said an hour and 29 minutes.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, back to it. My brain really needed to solve that problem.
That's backup noise.
No, I got it.
It was good. We all
That was
got it.
really good.
Okay, good.
Our listeners will be like, wow.
They were nodding along.
Did Beth rewind the podcast?
Is that where they spent all of their budget?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, it is.
But that's okay because we keep getting cash infusions from
Yes.
patrons. Thank you. But more
Also-
importantly, from award purses.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Is that what they
like
call it
the
when you win us?
MacArthur
Sometimes, yes.
Genius Podcast Grants.
Yes, for segments.
It's a
For
different
segments.
MacArthur, just to be clear.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a MacArthur.
I thought that was the
Okay,
right
it's
one.
a MacArthur.
Like McDonald's?
Yes.
It's like Mick Jagger, but his name is Mick Arthur.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And the award is slightly smaller.
He invented podcasting.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
And by invented podcasting, I mean
Him and Conan O'Brien.
yeah.
You get a free subscription to stamps.com.
Yep. Is that still around?
I think so.
I think
Isn't that
so.
a thing?
It was.
It was.
Okay, well,
But
maybe
they're
you
not
get a nice
sponsoring us.
No.
mattress.
You know who is? 60-second summary awards.
Oh, yeah.
And by sponsoring it, they're giving them to us.
Give it to us, and then we do them, which is kind of like a sponsorship.
I guess.
Anyway, we're rich because of this good segment.
But mostly because of you, the patrons.
Yeah,
Thank you.
in which we summarize.
Patreon.com/recall.
We summarize the movie we just
Molly,
watched
put the timer down.
I'm so good at
in
timing.
60 seconds. You're not exactly. The traditional manner is for me to volunteer.
Yeah.
I believe I just did it.
Yep.
Beth's never done it.
That's
Yeah.
never done it.
I
That
guess
is
I've never
true.
done it before. So
Yes.
And I believe also tradition, Dan times.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
I could help.
Molly.
What was this movie even about? My brain
10
is already
seconds.
freaking
Molly?
out.
50 seconds.
Oh, my God.
28
no.
seconds.
Beth, to help you out, it was about a mannequin.
Okay, thank you. That does actually help.
Wait, what do we even open
Are you
on?
ready?
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
Go.
We open on ancient Egypt.
Boom.
Yes.
There is a woman who is talking to her mom, and she's getting set up with all these losers, and she's like, I want somebody else. And so the gods vanish her into the future or something. Cut to an animated opening. It's
Yes.
amazing. Then we find out that our dude Switcher, he can't keep a job. Finally, he ends up at a
30
department
seconds.
store as a nope, he's in the mailroom, and then the mannequin turns real. Hold on, he makes the mannequin in the first place. That's important. The mannequin turns real. They do a series of window dressings together, and he gets
10 seconds.
he's super famous because he's not super famous, but it's very popular. And then they fall in love, and they get married in the window.
Time.
Wow,
very
stuck the
good.
landing.
Yes, incredible.
Yeah.
100%.
You had just made it to the core
Utah.
premise at like 40 seconds, and I was very worried for you.
Yeah.
But
You really,
100%
you
Utah.
really nailed it by walking back to remind us that he was the creator of the mannequin.
Yeah. I feel like you
Which I have
nailed
questions
the
about.
literal pace of the movie. Like there was a fair amount of setup, and then the ending was pretty much like, and she's real, like she's really real.
Yeah.
Right? There are two phases of
questions.
realness.
In all the
Yeah.
places.
hey,
Oh my gosh.
I will add that there is a sort of corporate competition, not competition, sort of
Hostile
capitalism
takeover
happening
attempts.
between competing department stores.
Yes.
And they're trying to corporate espionage.
Yes.
Steal the goods,
Yeah.
and the goods are Jonathan Switcher's window dressing.
Apparently.
Well, yeah. At first, they're just trying to shut. Okay, I think we can back up and give a couple of other
Thank you.
corporate examples, because you know that movies are brought to life with corporate antics.
Okay.
And then especially in the 80s. But in this one, there are two competing department stores. One is trying to get the other to fail,
Yes.
and they're about to succeed. Oh, and they also have a mole on the inside played by James Spader, who is brilliant in this movie. We'll get
my
to it.
God.
He's going for it.
Yeah, really does. And they have like a inside person undermining the store. And they're about to be able to get the store for 1/10 of the price until Jonathan Switcher is out on the street, and Estelle, the lady from
he shoves her out of the way of a giant
saves
sign.
her life,
Yeah.
and then rides a giant sign back and forth and gets his butt burned by some
Multiple times.
electricity.
Yeah.
He gets his ass sport.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He would
Yeah.
be dead.
Well, he'd be dead.
That's a big
And
cable.
also, like, it swings back and forth. It would lose momentum, and so it would never get up as high as
No,
it
but
does
Beth,
the first
the
time.
electricity adds energy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
It's a
why
little-
did he climb on in the first
I
place?
don't know.
No,
He was trying to stop it.
he pushed Estelle Getty out of the way,
Yeah.
and then the sign swung back, and the only way that he couldn't jump out of the way in time, so he grabbed onto the side of it.
It wasn't going that
Because of
fast.
comedy.
Oh,
Okay.
he got his
But-
ass sport.
Twice, 3 times.
At least twice.
Yeah.
3 times a lady.
But anyway, because of that act of heroism, he gets hired on at first as a stock boy, and then that's when he meets
Hollywood Montrose.
because one of his failed jobs was as a mannequin builder.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What job was that?
Okay. Here's my first question about this whole scenario.
Yeah.
He claims to have built this mannequin.
Yes.
And he's like, I designed. Oh, he wants to be a sculptor. That's important.
It is important.
And so in each of his jobs, he's like adding a little bit too much art and it slows him down in some way. And so that's why he gets fired.
Right.
But in the mannequin job, he's like, I designed her over a month or something like that. And is it like, did it take him that long to select the right arms
Well,
and legs?
that's what was confusing. Because if you had just opened on him having just completed it, you would have thought, oh, he sculpted this or did something.
Right, like the whole thing. You
But
thought,
they show you him picking out arms and legs.
Yeah.
Which does not take a long time.
And he does the whole thing. We watch him do the whole thing. Like he's got a torso and a head. I guess we don't see him put the head on the torso.
Yeah.
But we see him put the torso on the legs
Yeah.
and take two arms and put the arms on there.
Yeah.
And that happens in 1 minute.
Oh, and he has time for comedy.
Yeah.
He gets the wrong thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess he was maybe, thinking for a whole week. And then
I see.
it occurred to him, and then he was able to assemble
The
quickly.
perfect mannequin.
And I guess the mannequin head probably didn't have paint on it, like the makeup on it, and a
Sure.
wig.
Might have done makeup and a wig. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is important.
Yeah.
Don't you like switch those out usually?
What's that?
Don't you usually switch those out?
Oh, it's certainly
Hair?
the wig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think the makeup too. Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. He's bad at all of his jobs because he's too artistic
Yeah.
until he finally lands this sweet job at Prince & Company, which is a department store that was in the building that would later become a Macy's. in
Yes! I nailed it.
Philadelphia.
I lived in Philly for a couple years.
Wow.
And
No
I
big
clocked
deal.
at Macy's.
Attaboy.
I've been in there. I bought a suit.
Ooh, for what?
Oh.
A wedding.
Your wedding?
No, but I did buy some stuff for my wedding there. I think I bought my bow tie there.
Wow.
Was it on a mannequin?
No,
No.
Was it near a mannequin?
probably. There were mannequins there. I might have bought a pair of jeans there, too.
Ew.
That's where I went to buy clothes. It was
Okay.
at Macy's.
Check out
Philadelphia Macy's.
in the 2000s.
Yeah, 2000s.
When we were in Philly.
2000s to late 2000s.
Don't dox
early
him.
2010s.
Got it. Got it.
Well, it makes it all the more surprising
No,
that
early
you did not
2010s.
Okay.
Sorry.
see this film,
Yeah.
which is a tribute to the city that you lived in.
Sure. And filmed there.
Mm-hmm.
In 1987.
Yeah.
Did we
was
say that
not in
already?
Philly. We did. Dan won.
Booyah.
Oh.
I feel like I took all the air out of this
Yeah.
by delving too deeply into the corporate details, and I want to apologize for that because
You know, bring
This
us out with
movie-
some Turner facts.
Pull the escape chute of Turner facts.
How about we this a very special extra sode episode
Yeah.
is brought to us by Josh Young, and he told us why he picked
yeah.
this movie.
I'd like to know.
I would also like to know.
it's got to be the costumes, the comedy,
Yeah, mostly
The
the corporate,
spork.
the corporate,
the corporate stuff. Really?
aspects and the Philadelphia Macy's. No,
What-
here we go. Hello,
Hello.
this is him. This is Josh talking. Now.
Okay.
Hello, I'm a big fan of camp and the genre of so bad it's good, so I'm excited for y'all to watch Mannequin, starring Andrew McCarthy and Kim Cattrall. Though not explicitly a gay film, its utter queerness is a delight. It pulls together so many actors from beloved queer-friendly TV shows like Golden Girls, Designing Women, and Sex and the City, alongside actors from the Brat Pack and Police Academy, with iconic flair like musical montages and, yes, even an animated intro.
So good.
The gay character exhibits some stereotypical traits, but sidesteps old-school gay tropes of being a sexless, meek best friend character. He is out and proud and has a heroic moment to shine, which is uncommon in cinema of the era. All this plus a bopping soundtrack that will have your salad holds screaming, "Cake yum yum." Thank you,
Thank
Josh.
you, but also
Thank
yikes.
you, Josh.
Oh, when you add them all together like that.
He's not wrong.
My
Yeah.
cake hole feels uncomfortable.
No, salad hole.
Salad hole is screaming, "Cake
Molly,
yum yum."
inappropriate.
No.
Wow.
Okay.
Rated R.
Yes. All of those things were true. The
Yeah.
soundtrack was bopping.
Yes.
The score was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was like practically moving in my seat the whole time.
Yeah. Hollywood, our gay character.
Hollywood Montrose, played by Designing Women's
Bisoc
Taylor.
Is wonderful.
Oh my God.
The best.
And yeah, I had a moment of concern watching this movie. Like, he is a stereotype.
Oh, for sure. When he first showed up, I'm just like, uh-oh.
And the way other characters talk about him is shitty. But we kind of see that with the security guard played by, I think, the sergeant from Police Academy, who's almost the same character. And he does great. But, like, you know, he says something shitty about Hollywood, and our lead, Swiffer.
Sloper.
Scrapper the window dresser. Gets right back at him. It's like, oh, at least I'm not working with a bigoted jerk.
Yeah.
And LOL, we got him. So it's like, good job, Mannequin. It's telling us, like, hey, check yourself, bigots.
Yeah, and it was nice that they had him, because, like, you know, he was very accepting of Hollywood just like as a person, but it was nice that they actually like took the time to actually have him like stand up for him. Yeah, because I feel like that happens a lot in movies too, where it's just like, oh, the protagonist is a good person and have no problem with these, you know, quote unquote outsiders, but like they don't necessarily do anything to like defend them in society or anything.
And then this just invites, we've got to talk about the metaphor of someone who falls in love. Well, I think this movie works on actually a lot of levels, and it was kind of freaking me out when we were watching it.
Let's unpeel the onion.
Yeah.
Okay. On the most basic level, everyone in the department store accepts that this guy is horny for this particular mannequin without question, right?
Yeah.
And he's not even that subtle about it.
No. And
it is a known fact that people understand and are maybe a little giddy about and curious about, but they don't like call the police or anything.
Yeah, they treat it like he's just an eccentric artist or something.
Yeah, because he's bringing in money.
Oh, that's fair.
Saving the store and their jobs. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. They are.
In America, you can fuck whoever you want as long as you bring in money.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of the subtexts. I mean, that is pretty true. Yeah. But yeah, this whole like, what under the banner of art are people willing to accept and embrace they wouldn't normally?
Sure.
And so what really bent my brain is there is a scene. We don't even have to play Did They Bang because they explicitly banged, and on some furs, which actually super creeps me out because you can't really wash those. So like,
sure,
there were no sheets or anything. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Oh, you mean if anyone wanted to like purchase those furs later?
Or just wear them. That was thousands of dollars of merchandise that was soiled with seed.
Did they bang? Yeah.
Molly.
Did they bang in the furs, or was that like
I think they banged in all those places.
Okay.
They banged in the tent. They probably banged in the teddies.
Hammock.
Definitely in the hammock.
Yeah, they banged in the furs.
Teddy bears, to be clear.
Molly,
yeah.
It's fine. All the seed stays inside the mannequin.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
That's how you make a baby mannequin.
I
so
cannot even.
much.
Okay, we have so much left to discover, but I just want to stay focused for a second.
You chose to say the word seed aloud at a table with Dan and I.
That is legitimate. I did swing that door wide open, but we will not make any jokes about that either. Okay. So what we're going to focus on is that Andrew McCarthy /Swifter /scaffolding or whatever wakes up in the furs by himself, and there's a crowd of people around, and they're all like, "Oh, art!"
It was bananas.
Theater, and like it's performance art,
and they're into it,
and they are into it. There's clapping. Well, because he has transformed what is pure commerce and boring into art where people are expecting unexpected things to happen, and they're so accepting within this realm of thinking of things as art or him as an artist that they're willing to accept that he's naked and lying in furs as a performance rather than as having just had sex with a mannequin that ran away in the morning to be in the window.
It's just weird because there was like, those were just employees. You know what I mean?
Were they? No, I think those were... No,
I thought it was
purses.
customers.
Those were customers.
What gave you the idea they were customers?
They were carrying purses.
They just came into work in the morning.
Nope. I mean, maybe, but I think it was.
Wow.
I don't know.
I thought they were customers.
I thought they were just the
it doesn't
employees.
matter. Well, I think
They weren't wearing uniforms. They were in their dress
They
clothes.
had just gotten there because it was the morning.
Yeah, but you don't. I don't know. I in
many
places
street
where I
clothes?
had to
Listen.
wear a uniform, I wear my uniform to work.
okay,
They have a
even
changing
that
room in the
aside,
basement.
Listen, if you worked there and you saw this guy's annex everywhere, you would see him and be like, "Oh, he was probably with the mannequin," right?
Sure.
But these people were fascinated and excited and considered it art because the power of the artist had transformed a purely commercial space into a place where people were open and accepting of things, which is, in fact, a metaphor for this movie.
Whoa.
By watching this movie, we just accepted for a while that Kim Cattrall was a mannequin
And
who could
Egyptian.
only be seen, and an Egyptian that
That's
could
the
only be seen by Andrew
It is a
McCarthy's
bummer.
character, right?
Sure.
And that he saves her life from a shredder, and that's how she becomes real. Because the gods, there's sort of an allusion to the
I am
Egyptian gods.
unclear on
Yeah.
how she becomes like.
I think it's like
that
true love.
Or something.
You don't think they were true loving before?
No, he had to save her from death.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
feel
okay.
like one thing that I really
You
enjoyed
can bang
about
all you want, but if the Egyptian gods don't see you save a life.
All right,
Yeah.
that's
the
part of it. I
most-
see.
The things that should have been so complicated and taken a long time to explain, they were just didn't.
No.
She'd be like, "Oh, I pray to the gods, I could have some freedom," and then they just sort of indicate she gets to pick and choose where she goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe the animated intro is supposed to be telling us about her time
Which
travel
is
journey,
bonkers.
which I had a real hard time following because I was just so excited there was an animated
Sure.
intro. But that's what I think we're supposed to take away. I was also thinking about how much it would have added another layer if we hadn't had that pre-animated intro scene. Like if we had never known that she had been a real person
Yeah.
cursed by the gods, there could have been a theme of like,
Blessed
is he,
by the gods.
Blessed by the gods.
Is he really crazy?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That was never a possibility that he was making it up,
Right.
like American Psycho or whatever.
Or
Right.
Fight Club.
Yeah.
Or like he just got his ass sparked so hard that he started hallucinating.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he died with the sparking
Whoa.
and his mind made up the whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I wonder if they went back and added that first scene after viewers were like,
Huh?
"Are you crazy?"
What?
It does make it a little easier to understand.
It also makes it a lot easier to understand why such a ridiculous scene is the opening of this movie.
Yeah.
You know,
Was she mummifying herself? Was that the
was
gag?
so confusing.
I thought she was hiding.
I think she's hiding.
Oh, I did
okay.
not get that.
Because
But
it
it
was
is,
like
yeah.
she didn't want to go on a date with that guy.
Yeah.
I see.
Dad noted this before, but it is wild that she plays an Egyptian.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
oh, yeah.
Best way to
Great.
think about it.
And it's wild that she has an entire scene. The movie starts out with dialogue only among women, and her mother is never named.
Mother.
Yeah.
She's named Mother.
Yeah.
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 I mean, you don't call your mother by her name unless you're being disrespectful.
But also like,
Or that's
She could have
how it
said,
goes.
"My name is not Desdemona if I didn't raise you better than this."
Sure.
just throw it in there.
She could have been wearing a name tag.
Did we get, you're alluding to the Bechdel-Walls test, if I know how this podcast works.
Are
Which I'm not
you-
sure. And did it pass? I sort of stopped paying attention. I was like, it's got to
think
pass.
it
And then I'm
did.
like, I don't know.
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought it did, though, at one point.
Like Roxy and Emma have scenes,
Yeah.
but I feel like they don't ever talk to each other.
There's literally a point at the end where Roxy points at Emma or Emmy, whatever, and
Emmy.
says, "Just where did you come from?" And then Jonathan steps in. He's like, "Roxy, you would never understand." So
Yeah.
that's a bust. At one point, some of the employees are just like, hey, he's in the bathroom.
And they say names.
Yeah, but they only talk about how he's in the bathroom.
Yeah. Roxy doesn't have any lady coworkers.
No, only European horny man.
we got to talk about the European hornball. Yeah, I think it might be a
It does
no.
not pass.
No.
Yeah, it's so close.
So
and
close.
Like Molly was saying, it would have been so easy. Multiple scenes, especially
Yeah.
that first one. But hey, so it goes.
There is a scene too where like literally two women are named back to back, and then but they never talk to each other. It's like an unnamed woman talks to the named women.
Yes. And there was one woman who had a costume that was so outrageously 80s. It was like
Was that the
an
red
enormously
Broke your
oversized,
brain.
like David Byrne size,
Hell yeah.
like denim colored, like chambray jacket over a white shirt, and and then she had a red bow tie, but it was that very specific fabric that was popular in the 80s where it was like a chiffon.
I was going to say chiffon.
And that is her corporate bow tie, is a red chiffon thing.
Amazing.
It is like so close to clown. And yet it almost like it just seems like a stylized version of what existed, as do all the performances. Can we talk about the performances in this movie?
Yeah.
What is happening? Not with us, with the movie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm distracted thinking about Armand's leather drapey vest.
Yeah, which
It looks
still
just
had
like-
sort of a sleeve. It had like
It just looks
the
like an
idea
Arby's
of a
sandwich
sleeve.
he's wearing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the foil or like
Wait,
the sandwich
No,
itself?
like the actual
Is
meat.
it who? Is this the creep?
European horny.
Armand's
Oh
the
my
European
gosh, he's the
hornball.
her work environment.
So
We haven't even
Yikes.
explained who Roxy is. Roxy is
I
the
don't even understand who Roxy is.
Roxy is Swiffer's girlfriend.
girlfriend, sort of.
Yeah.
I think they're dating.
Okay.
They're dating. But he's a schlub, artist schlub, and she's a super corporate, and it's never going to work.
Working her way up the ladder.
Yeah. That's who she is.
Okay.
But then she gets denied by him. I don't know. He is a shitty boyfriend.
Yes.
Because he's always sleeping and being too arty. And not taking her to nice places or whatever. So eventually she completely turns on him and goes full corporate espionage.
Yes.
And tries to steal his mannequin and get him hired and stuff. I do feel I have some sympathy for her.
Oh, for
she's in
sure.
a very bad work environment.
Yeah.
Her coworker Armand is European, and if that wasn't bad enough, he's just aggressively harassing her all the time, constantly.
And he's not being subtle about
No,
it.
he's like, what if we had sex right now?
Yeah, I'm horny.
I
Let's
would like
bang.
to have sex with you.
Yeah, that
Wouldn't
guy's
it be
no
great
good.
if we had sex with each other?
Yeah,
It's truly
But in
awful.
more ridiculous ways.
Yeah.
And it just
And
gets worse
she's
and worse.
like, we are coworkers.
and she fights him.
Yes.
Which I'm like, get it.
Yeah.
Because this guy sucks.
Yeah, at one point she pushes him down an escalator, which rules.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and then her boss, BJ Wirt.
Yeah.
Wait. Can we stay on Armand for just a second?
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, beat him up, get him away from you. And then he wears her down.
He does.
I cannot tell you how real this is. He wears her down, and she's finally like, fine, let's go before I change my mind.
Yep.
And then the joke is that he is unable
Can't do it.
to plant any.
Molly!
Seeds are growing.
Wow.
And he has this very cool
Oh,
tiger
it's
velvet
ridiculous.
Yeah. What is your
picture over his bed.
That matches his tiger print comforter.
Which
Yeah.
he keeps lifting to look at his
Unperforming.
seed spiller.
No.
Oh,
You did this, Molly.
I did. Okay, I did.
I like how she was worn down because, I think everybody can relate. You've got your on again, off again boyfriend, and then all of a sudden you see him out on the town with some mannequin strapped to his back. And you're just like, what's the point? What's even the point?
Yeah.
I can't even compete with a fucking mannequin. I might as well bang the sexually aggressive European
Yeah.
coworker.
We're all familiar with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there. And her boss sucks too.
Yeah.
He's talks down to her all the time and is also kind of harasses her.
And manipulates her of just
the fact that
this
his
is how
name-
you'll get a promotion, is if you trick your boyfriend into working here.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like his name being BJ was an accident.
Mm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Was he was also creepy and
Oh, yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
Yeah.
less creepy, but he was
Yeah.
still very he'd always grab her arm every time
he was
talked
kind
to
of
her,
more
and,
realistically creepy.
office creepy.
Yeah.
For sure.
But watching it, I think at one point I was like, were all of the 1980s just pure toxic?
Yes.
I think probably, yeah.
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 Reagan was in
Awful.
charge. Come on.
Ugh. Rough
Yeah,
times.
not good.
Rough times, Roxy.
Rough times, Roxy.
And then she gets at the very end. Sorry to jump all the way ahead. I guess we're at
great.
Roxy moment. We jump all the way ahead.
We're following her arc.
Yeah. Jonathan Swiftman saves Emmy from
The most violent trash compactor in the history of commerce.
and kisses her. Now she's a real girl.
Wait.
Real woman.
Let's back it up.
We're following Roxy's arc.
I'm trying to follow Roxy's arc.
Oh,
An
sure.
important fact
Yes,
in
yes, yes.
all of this
Go ahead.
is corporate espionage, blah, blah, blah. They steal all the women mannequins except for the one they left in the window that looked despondent, but whatever. Yeah. And they take them to the other store. Illustra. Roxy has Illustra. Roxy has had enough.
Yes.
She's just mad
at the world. And so she is the one who loads up all the mannequins onto a conveyor belt and then in a rage presses all the buttons and so that they're headed. Yeah. I think that's an important piece because weirdly that is her most empowering moment.
Yes.
True.
Yeah. And also an important detail is when Jonathan comes into the room, there is a trash man or security guard. There's a worker in the factory who comes out
of either
somewhere
a bathroom
or his office, but his pants were down, and I thought it was his office. And maybe he's doing some planting
Jesus.
in the garbage can or what have you.
I mean, he's doing more like a. He's got
he's got a garden.
Spreader. I'm trying to get a spreader.
We don't need
what's it called when you? What's it? No. Top dress. She's top dress. Is that what it is when you level out a lawn with dirt?
We don't need this.
Beth, leave this in.
He comes out for the longest time. Does not stop Emmy from being ground up. Which that's like okay, it's a mannequin, but.
It's a human man.
Jonathan is going to fall into that trash can. Yes. He finally turns it off.
Because Jonathan has heroically run up to the top of for some reason it's an uphill compactor. I guess that's more safe. Anyway, he's at the top and he's doing his best to grab onto Emmy. Oh, this is why that's relevant. Okay. So he's grabbing onto Emmy as she's dangling above the jaws of death.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden her hand, which if you think about it, this is probably the most elaborate special effect there is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Her hand is able to form
movie magic.
Yeah, movie magic.
I mean, somebody dipped their hand in clay. And then she grabs.
Okay.
She's able to grab him and he's able to pull her up. And that's the moment she becomes real.
Yeah. I'm talking about Roxy.
I did not realize.
So after that.
I apologize for mannequin splaining. There it is. You're welcome.
Our jerk-off king thinks
Trash man, the jerk-off king.
Thinks that this must be how it is. So he starts aggressively kissing mannequins.
Every mannequin he can find.
It's hilarious. I wanted a full 5-minute scene of him digging through the trash for mannequins. But eventually he finds Roxy, who's also buried under trash, and assumes it has worked.
Yes.
And that's Roxy's, not her final moment, but it's like her final humiliation of trash man.
Yeah. Smooching him. Smooching her.
A bunch. And she's like, get off of me, stop. And he's like, I'll go one more time.
Yeah. Maybe the magic hasn't quite taken yet.
So that's Roxy's arc.
Poor Roxy.
Rough.
Yeah. So,
That's what
I don't know
working for corporate America. That's what it gets you.
I guess that's the moral of the story is women shouldn't work. Is that right, Molly?
They should just be beautiful Egyptian princesses that inspire you to do your work.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you bang in anywhere you want.
Yikes. Okay, real quick. I do have a problem with something with Molly. Something that Molly said earlier.
Wow.
I don't have a problem with Molly.
Thank you.
Molly's great. Just so everyone knows.
Okay.
But I do have a problem. Which is that the special effect that you had mentioned, the hand switching, was the best one. My favorite were all of the transitions between scenes.
Oh, fair.
Because they used every single swipe there is. There was a star swipe. There was like a diagonal swipe.
There was
Venetian blinds one.
So here's what I think is so intriguing. The editor credit is shared by two people. One of them won Academy Awards, including for Rocky, which came out 2 years before this film.
Wow.
Philly editor.
And the other has no link in Wikipedia. And I'm just like, who made the choice for... I just feel like what happened is they hired the Oscar-nominated editor, and then he worked for 3 days, and they ran out of budget.
Right.
And then they got somebody else to finish it, and they're like, don't worry, I've got it. Have you seen these swipes?
Yeah.
Because it is like, or, maybe it is part of the larger vision that was misunderstood.
Maybe.
There was also the shortest scene I've ever seen in a movie where it's like, I think it starts with him figuring out that she's the mannequin or whatever.
Who?
And
Jonathan Swifter?
Swifter.
Okay.
Yeah.
He finds out she's a mannequin. Then it cuts real quick to Roxy like laying on the couch for like I don't know 1 second, and then it cuts back to their date.
Yeah,
and then eventually it cuts
and by
back.
cut, Beth of course means an
swipe.
insane swipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the first star swipe actually.
And so many of them had sound effects attached to them too.
Yes.
Like there'd be ones that were just like.
And there were long, like the soundtrack for this movie is so long, but there were so many moments of just dead airspace where you're like, this would be a good moment for some kind of synthesizer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chase scene, the goofball chase scene with all the cops and security guards has the best chase music I've ever heard.
Agreed.
Just like pure driving synth.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so good.
I have questions about that too.
The driving synth.
No, the mall cops.
Oh, yeah.
Why do they think it's okay to chase this man down and like beat him up in a mall?
Oh, they have a badge.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah,
And
that
they're
adds
men.
up. Okay, that adds up.
yeah.
All right, yeah. I just especially the first time that the original mall cop I can't remember, Felix comes in and he sees the mannequin on top of Sloper.
Yep.
He like is like, I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it makes no sense to me.
It's
I'm like they're both fully clothed,
Yep.
the mannequin and
Swifter.
I can't do it. What is his actual name?
Switcher.
Switcher.
You would know that if you listen to Felix because he shouts it 1,000 times.
Well, I started ignoring him because I was mad at him.
Yeah.
And he's got a dog.
Rambo.
We gotta talk about his dog.
Oh
We
yeah,
got to.
there's some questions there. Yeah, it is funny that he is like, James Spader told me to keep an eye on you, but I'm going to do this my own way, and then like just starts punching him.
Yeah.
Yeah, punches him like in the spine. It's brutal.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's wild. They have like true violence against each other, and then he gets mannequined, and everything's fine.
Yeah. But he has a dog.
Rambo.
Rambo, who is a English
Farting
bulldog?
bulldog.
Yeah. Who's great. He's
Who's
scared.
terrified of mannequins.
He's terrified of mannequins. And then we get to see him in the aftermath. Giant ice pack on his head. Like rolling over, putting his paw up. He's so cute. He's got a big underbite.
What's great though is like I'm still unclear what his injuries were, because he goes in the elevator after Felix like attack, and then he runs out whining. But was there like an ADR of just like crash?
No.
Bling, 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 bling?
It's
Is it
unexplained.
just implied that he like ran into
I
something?
think he's just got a headache.
He's stressed out.
Yeah, from stress.
Sure.
But then he gets replaced by Terminator. And who also doesn't catch anybody.
Yeah.
Okay,
Big
wait.
old German Shepherd.
What?
Let's slow it down here because we are talking about animal danger and I'm confused.
Yeah.
So Rocky
Rambo.
the dog,
Because he
is
always
so
gets
cute.
first blood.
Because he always gets first blood. That's right. You know, is afraid of the mannequin. I assume that she like hit him or shushed him out of there. That
She
he wasn't
definitely
just
used
afraid.
mannequin magic. for
Mannequin
sure.
magic.
So can animals see her?
Maybe.
Okay.
She never did. She never clarified.
Right. So people can't, but the gaze of a dog wouldn't affect. We don't know. Unclear. Also unclear what the injuries are. Also, I don't understand when when the dog died. When did
That's
the dog
what
die?
he was about to talk about.
Yep.
No, because you were talking about the Terminator.
Yeah, because this.
Which is a different dog.
Right, because Dan was saying,
I'm
where'd that
trying
other
to
dog
go
come from?
chronologically here.
Okay, then you already skipped over the red radio flyer that he was in, which was adorable.
Just so cute.
You skipped over the fact that he was stuck in a tree for some reason inside the store.
He was stuck in a tree, but then
that
he
when he
seemed
died?
fine. Did he die because of the tree?
Did he fall
They
out of the
never
tree?
say that he died.
Yeah.
There's-
All we know is he's not there anymore.
There's an adorable picture on the dash of Felix's car.
Yeah.
And Felix says, "This is for you, Rufus," or whatever.
Yeah.
But-
I feel like the implication is he's dead.
But why?
I could use even 30 seconds of the movie's time to explain to me what happened
Was
to
he
the
just
dog.
old?
No, he didn't
I
seem
don't know.
old. He had
I
life ahead of him. And where are the Egyptian gods in all this?
Right.
They don't care about bulldogs.
But a bull cat, I bet they would have cared.
What's a bull cat?
A cat.
All right.
Okay, so here's a theory where he lives.
Okay, great. Let's hear it.
He is the designated mall dog for the other mall.
Right.
And so he doesn't get to take the dog with him.
Maybe he's the prince of Prince and Company.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So he's just kind of chilling at the other mall, and he misses his dog friend.
Maybe there's a deleted scene where like Felix is, trying to he's dusting himself off after getting hit by a hang glider inside this department store that apparently has everything, including a full-size church organ. I have questions. And maybe there's a deleted scene where he's in the locker or whatever, ready to go home, and Rambo just comes up to him, very humble, and slips in his little dog badge.
Oh, yeah.
And is like, I'm out.
I'm
Wow.
too old for this.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
So he's like, we'll always have this department store. And then he walks away.
Hope
So he
retired.
just retired.
I think he retired.
Okay.
Now, I could use just a sweet image of Estelle Getty's character sitting at her desk and then just seeing
Rambo.
Rowdy
Oh my God.
curled up
No, in a matching chair.
in a matching chair curled up next to her.
Hell yeah.
Like
I would
that
watch
makes
that.
sense
I
to
agree.
me.
Yeah.
I want to watch that.
That is.
Okay, why didn't they call us to make this movie?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just wondering if Estelle Getty was working a day rate because she was popular in Golden Girls by then. And maybe they were just like, oh, I'm sorry, we ran out of time.
She did also seem like she had just walked on set from something else.
She's
right?
like, here's my line.
Like she seemed to always be looking around more than was necessary.
Oh, and there is definitely a scene that could have been deleted where there's a flub and she kind of glances off camera for a second and they kept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should probably say,
It's
I'm
great.
not doing another one.
Maybe.
That's good enough.
I got Golden Girls money.
Yeah.
I gotta go put on the makeup and wig so I'm look far older than all the other actors who are actually older than me. Golden Girls.
That's real.
Golden Girls. I want to talk about one of the core premises of this movie, which is that everybody's mind is blown by these window displays.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. There was a point where Kim Cattrall's character said something about how one of Jonathan's windows was inspiring, and out loud I just said, was it?
Yeah. We get one of the competing Illustra people coming and saying it's the best thing he's ever seen. And they're like,
fine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There's some movement there. There's like a tennis ball going back and forth and a cityscape going by.
And the tennis rackets are the heads of the people watching the match.
Sure. That is more clever.
Sure.
That's cute.
It's interesting. If I walk by, I would go like, oh.
I feel like it is a $1 million idea executed for $500. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they had great ideas and then just not a lot of money or time to make it happen.
Okay. I was not born at this point in time when the movie was made.
Do we braggy?
Yeah. Do we feel? Well,
We took
I am
a different angle on that.
Do we feel like at that point in time, maybe window displays? I mean, because I've seen window displays that are like that have some movement to it. Was that like a new thing? I know that's stupid.
They had that
but
in
like
the 50s.
They had those giant, massive toy empires would do like bananas window displays.
That's what I thought. But then I was like, maybe that came later than I thought it did, and that's why it was so exciting.
And conceptually, a lot of it was really exciting, but it just wasn't executed to a degree that would merit, unless once again, this is a commentary about art itself.
Oh, how most of it's
Is
just
that
like
once the decision is made that it's great, everybody's on board that it's great.
right.
I mean, that would explain like window displays 2, 3, 4, 5. But like number 1, the tennis one.
Yeah.
Why does everybody decide that's amazing?
Like
Why indeed?
right.
Why do people decide that a can of soup by Warhol, right? I feel this is where I felt my brain melting because I think about this sometimes. Like, what is the difference between, let's say, great art like this podcast?
Thank you.
Well, you know what I'm saying. But like
It's a
great
great
art.
podcast.
We all understand it.
We're doing art right now.
Yeah. You don't need to clarify.
We talked about seed a bunch. That's art.
That's art, baby. Hell yeah, that's art. Ooh,
Local reference.
yikes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway. Art, you know. But it did like really captivate me that this could be just a silly movie that was apparently based on the idea of wouldn't it be cool if mannequins could move?
And could be sexually
banged.
Yeah. I kind of lost track of where I was going on that sentence. So I
want to tag up on that.
I thought that
after
was
Molly's
implied, but I guess not.
I mean,
go ahead, Molly.
Armand does many things sexually, but he did not bang.
That's true.
That's true.
Ugh, Armand.
Can we go back to like safety dance jokes or something?
You said C.
Yeah.
Check the tape.
They
Check
didn't.
the tape.
They didn't have safety dance in the movie.
No.
No,
But they had a song that I swear had the first cut. Boop,
Yeah.
boop, boop, ba-doop,
Had that
boop,
energy.
ba-doop,
Yeah,
boop.
it did.
For sure.
Yeah. Did you want to talk more about art, Molly?
Oh, it's when you say it like that.
No, I'm really asking. I wanted to talk about banging, but I don't want to. I don't want to take you off your track.
Are we in a dorm room right now? Like, no. Like, this is totally interesting, dude, but like,
You guys ever think about time?
yeah. Then fucking Randy walks in. It's like, oh shit, man, I gotta get my rock stuff, brother. Pew, pew, pew.
Oh no, it doesn't work.
Under the table and dreaming.
What?
What?
Oh, I was just thinking about Dave Matthews when we were in college.
One more. What else to say? Okay.
Her cup is a little more.
Ew.
Check it out.
We've had a whole episode where this came up.
Several episodes, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
One thing I appreciate about this movie is
Yes.
I am, when we talked about it in the first half and how I imagined was
Taylor
Jonathan Shaver
Thomas, no.
Andrew McCarthy.
was the hornball instigator
Yes.
of like, I want to bang this mannequin.
Yeah.
I hope it comes to life.
Yes.
And that's not it.
No.
She comes to life after he's like fawning over her, but I don't get the impression that he's like, I'm horny for this representation of a woman. It's more like I did a sculpture art.
I'm so inspired
and
by this.
I'm a good artist.
I see.
I'm
Then she-
horny for my artistic talent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which go for it.
Sure.
Good on you.
You're like probably most famous artists
Yeah.
over the centuries.
But then she comes to life, and I would say she's the more horny one.
Oh, yeah.
And she does not have to learn how to do anything. She
No.
already knows how to do it all.
She's
Yes.
been
'Cause of-
around time.
Like
And
5,000 years.
She taught Christopher Columbus the world was round, apparently.
Yeah. And
by
she-
blowing his mind.
No, that's not one of those things.
That is not right. Let it go either. Heyo.
Oh, and Michelangelo. She maybe begged Michelangelo.
No,
No.
he wasn't interested.
He was
Oh, that's
into
right. He
some
was into
guy named David.
Yeah, right. His favorite piece.
Wow.
Goonies.
What?
That statue has a dog. That's the joke.
Oh. Oh, okay. Got you.
Yep. That's it.
Because in
I
Goonies,
appreciate it.
There's a miniature
right.
David
Yep.
that they break, but only the
Go ahead.
seed producing part.
What? Why are you making such intense eye contact with Beth?
I don't know.
Ooh,
I'm
fun
so
fact.
uncomfortable. This is like the toxic work environment
Yeah, right.
that Roxy's
Yeah.
Molly,
living
you're
in.
Armand.
Molly's your
You
Armand.
need us to step in.
Okay,
Oh my
fun
gosh,
fact
all of a sudden
about...
she's wearing roast beef vest.
I want to take a quick moment to tell you a fun fact about the Statue of David, which I just saw in Florence, Italy. No big deal.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's a big deal. I
When
think.
we saw it, my wife, no big deal,
Wow.
had the thought, and I had the same thought, and we talked about it afterwards. That, like, because when you look at it, like, it's this incredible piece of sculpting. It's the level of detail, blah blah blah. But then like some of the toes on one of its feet are like all fucked up, and you're sort of like, oh, I guess he just didn't get the toes right, or like he just gave up. But then during our tour, they explained that the reason that the barrier is at the distance it is because sometime in the 90s, some dude just came in and started wailing on it with a hammer.
That's why the toes are messed up.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, that
gosh.
sucks.
So sorry, Michelangelo, that we doubted your skill.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We made some bets.
Hell yeah, we did.
And one of the bets was that my handwriting was so bad I would contribute nothing with it. So let's see how it goes up.
All right.
All right.
Oh, I remembered a staircase scene. I don't think I saw it.
No?
So
Not when Roxy pushes Armand down the stairs.
no, I'm thinking
did
more
like
of like
a
a
fancy
dramatic,
stair, didn't they?
romantic coming
I
down
thought
the
they did that.
staircase.
I mean, she does fly down the center of the mall with a hang glider.
That was cool. It's not what I was thinking of.
During the
Fulfilling
montage,
her
I feel
dream of
like
flying.
I feel
Yeah.
like during the montage there was a point where they were like dancing on a staircase.
She
Okay.
comes down the stairs at some point.
I'm not doubting that she came downstairs. I am telling you all.
Is this your sexy Disney horse again, where it's like you
Oh, maybe. That sounds weird out of context.
check out our past episodes.
Check out any Disney movie
TotesRecall.com.
where I'm searching for a horse.
Aren't we all?
Doesn't sound any better. No, but the memory that I have in my brain, the image that I have, I did not. There was no moment of like, that's it. So I wonder if I've only seen Mannequin 2.
On the Move?
I don't know. I had no memory of seeing this movie. I don't know if I've seen it. It could be a big no.
Okay, so in Mannequin 2, is it the same mannequin couple?
No,
I think it's
totally different
everyone's.
actors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for
Hollywood.
Misak Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hollywood stays.
Yeah.
Oh, the best part. So
Yeah.
According to a person who happened to be in Beth's house at the time, he's only in the movie for a short while.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's different actors playing
The same
same
characters.
characters
Great
or if
question.
it's just like,
Totally new Egyptian princess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's really hard to say.
I guess someone
Maybe-
else has got to
Yeah.
that episode.
Listen.
does he
If-
have new sunglasses?
He
That's
has
the
to.
important question.
Just the
Oh
sunglasses
my God.
alone
His
would
costumes
be
were amazing.
an incredible art exhibit. I would go to.
There's an incredible moment where he is like wearing his crazy sunglasses in one of his like very loud outfits, and like they're having a board meeting talking about maybe having to fire Jonathan, and he's like, desperate times call for desperate measures, something like that, and he removes his incredibly loud jacket to be shown wearing a full business suit.
And then is going to throw himself out the window.
Well, at first I think he was going to go into the boardroom, but then Jonathan said something that inspired him to instead threaten to kill himself.
Oh my god!
You know, that board operates very strangely.
Loose. It's loose.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Like, the board does not decide whether or not a stock person gets hired or promoted or
Well,
She made him
fired.
vice
I know.
president.
I feel like that's a role. She had to like run by the board.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But they love those incredible windows.
Yeah. All right.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
Ooh.
Whenever movies try to do corporate, I don't know, and I know it's a send up, but to me, it's like there was an improv group in town of just teenagers.
Yeah.
And every time they played adults at work, it was sort of like this movie. The
Yeah.
board says you're fired.
Every single attempt at business in a movie that's not about business and is a comedy is basically the Unikitty scene in the Lego movie where she takes over the board. Business.
Someone who's in that boardroom is James Spader. We haven't talked about him nearly enough.
Oh boy.
He is going hard at his
Hard
character, and I respect it.
Yeah.
Me too.
He
Yeah.
plays kind of like a Weasley VP, I
I
guess.
guess.
But he's also like giving people jobs on the stockroom floor. Again, who knows how
Unclear.
business works?
Yeah.
But then there's also the mole, as we talked about before.
He
for
also has
Illustra.
like the flattest hair possible on a human head.
Yeah, but he
Right?
plays this like Weasley kind of character, but not so over the top Weasley. But there's still, I just appreciate it. It's very specific
Yeah.
and weird, but not in a over the top way for a movie that's pretty over the top a lot of the time.
He's not like, he doesn't come off as necessarily like skeevy, right? Like, even though he's like very just like, ooh, I'm a weird little guy, like he still doesn't quite have that like King of the Snakes thing going. Like, he's definitely like on that path.
Yeah.
But I don't think it quite hits it.
He plays like a snake, but who's savvy enough.
Oh,
I think it's that
like a snake
savviness.
controlling a human suit?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
That makes him feel a little bit more believable.
Yeah.
But it is so wild. So, yeah, apparently James Spader went to a lot of private schools because his parents taught at different private schools, and eventually went to Phillips Academy, which is like, I don't know, where John F. Kennedy Jr. went or whatever.
Sure.
And then dropped out at 17 to become an actor. But that is so amazing to me because it explains how he's able to play such wealthy jerks. You know, because when I saw him here, I was like, oh man, he's just like the character in Pretty in Pink. And if you remember, did we watch Pretty in Pink on this? Okay.
No.
We did not.
He plays the worst jerk of a best friend / frenemy to Andrew McCarthy, who plays Swifter, or Swifty, who plays Jonathan
Taylor
Sketcher,
Swifty.
Switcher.
Taylor Swift.
And and it was so wild to watch this movie where they were mortal enemies. And the whole time I was just like, oh man, I wonder if they got a beer after work every day.
Yeah.
Or it was the 80s. They probably did more than
Coke,
beer, but
Yeah.
yeah.
He was like, if you just took his entire character and just like, I don't know, drew a lizard over it, like over the frames.
Oh, yeah.
And just like inserted him into a Disney movie as a villain sidekick, you wouldn't have to change a single thing about his performance.
It
Yeah.
was incredible.
Yeah.
Can
Really
we also
appreciated it.
talk about, speaking of good acting, Kim Cattrall is so charming.
She's
Yeah.
so like, she has such enthusiasm for life.
Yeah.
She's a delight.
Yeah. She really, even though she is kind of just like a muse to enable Taylor Swift
Yeah.
to do it, she's still a very strong character. A lot
Yes.
of, she's really doing her own thing
For sure.
and falling in love.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't ever get the sense that she's like trying to manufacture love so she can be free. She seems very accepting of her lot in immortality.
Well, her main motivation was like, I want to make things. I want to be, you know.
I want to fly and invent
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
She does fly, and I guess she kind of helps create the things.
Yeah. Has she been a statue or whatever for all time? Is this
No.
always the deal? Like only one person at a time can see her?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Like when she's hanging out with Christopher Columbus, is she like,
Like the thing on the boat?
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figurehead.
Sure.
Masthead.
Oh.
Figurehead. I think it's a figurehead.
Yeah. So I guess that's true. She gets to break free of being the muse and gets to be the creator, right, at the end. That's the other choice, and I don't know if it was a choice or if the script changed or both. But every time that he seems just gaga in love with her, she has a slight reserve to her reaction.
Yeah.
Where the whole time I was like, oh, she's going to dump him so she can move on and do something else.
Yeah.
I don't mean in like a brutal way. She just seems sort of like her dreams were bigger than his.
Yeah. Well, she seemed to approach it almost as like, well, of course you like me.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you?
Oh, man. Can I just read you a quote from her, from
Yes.
Kim Cattrall?
Please.
And this is from a very old, this is like an article from the time when the movie came out.
Wow.
She says, I've become more of a leading lady instead of like the girl. All the other movies that I've done, I played the girl and the plot was around the guy. I've never had anybody to do special lighting for me or find out what clothes look good on me or what camera angles are best for me. In this movie, I learned a lot from it. It's almost like learning from old Hollywood techniques. I've always been sort of a tomboy. I feel great being a girl wearing a dress. That whole idea of just never, like anyone even considering what clothes look good or what lighting or just like literally being there as essentially a mannequin or a muse for the dudes. I don't know. I'm just telling you, my mind is blown.
Yeah.
All the layers. Like a roast
So
beef
many
soup.
layers. Like a roast.
Soup? Suit.
Wow.
Did you say suit?
I said soup, but
Oh.
now I'm thinking about, is roast beef soup layered?
What is roast?
What's roast beef soup?
I don't know. It's what you thought I said.
And is it layered?
Is this our inspiration moment?
Yeah, that's right.
This is our window display? Roast
Yeah.
beef soup?
Yeah.
Great. I have a quick question about window displays.
Yeah.
When Estelle Getty's like, you did it, do it again, did he steal Hollywood's job? I'm unclear what his job is compared to Jonathan's
More
job.
than one window.
That is another question I had is like, people are like, oh my gosh, look at how great this window display is, which
Yeah.
makes me think that the prior Windows displays were not that good. But come on, if Hollywood's making those
Come
window
on.
displays, they must be pretty good.
I think they were good. I think he just did not add a tennis ball that moved.
I see.
It's the movement,
Yeah.
the
which I
inventing
think
of
she's she's probably doing all the mechanics.
She definitely did all the mechanics because
Yeah.
she was like, look at this nail gun I almost killed you with.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
And for some reason, made like a pew pew noise.
Yeah, and also the first window display, he fully passes out, and then
Yep.
it's done in the morning.
Yeah.
Like she did the whole thing,
She
right?
for sure did the whole thing.
Yeah.
A quick, just for people who haven't seen this movie, if you want to understand why Hollywood Montrose is so great, Beth's Beyond Betrothed made the comment that it seems like Jordan Peele's character in the Gremlins 2 sketch is basically this character, and that is absolutely the case.
Yeah.
For
Like,
sure.
he is for sure just doing an impersonation of this character.
I looked up a photo of him, and he's wearing
It's like the
those
same
sunglasses.
glasses, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the like swoopy with
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
little fin on the side.
I love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
amazing.
Hollywood Montrose. Who's
So-
now he's the muse. He's the true muse.
yeah, really.
Yes, I
fun.
have no doubt that Prince and Company will continue to be profitable even after.
Yeah.
Because I actually thought it was a very sweet touch at the end.
So is he ordained? Hollywood Montrose is ordained?
Is what?
Is he ordained? Because he's like
I think he
performing
did
the
an
ceremony.
internet ordination.
In 87?
Okay, but I couldn't tell
Mail
if he
order.
was he performing the ceremony?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because there was, he was standing there, and then the couple was standing in front of him,
Yeah.
and then Estelle Getty, and then another man who I thought was maybe a priest.
I don't
I think
so.
it was probably Rocket the dog who had been reincarnated as a human.
Yes, beloved character, Rocket the dog.
Rocket Dog.
But it's a very sweet moment
Yes.
because they're modeling and they look like they're mannequins and then they come to life for
Right.
the ideas. It's sweet. And
But
then
it's
there's
also
a freeze frame.
weird.
The whole movie is weird. By the end, you just accept that this is the best way for it to resolve, except that
Disagree.
I would have enjoyed a cut too with her, like, inventing something cool.
Yeah.
With the dog,
Yes.
running around.
Yeah, Randolph comes up with the rings.
Yeah. Yeah. Rudolph's got a little nameplate that said like Vice President of Cuddles or something.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we get to our final reviews of the movie we just watched, Mannequin, we like to turn to a certain text-based platform, Discord, and we put out the calls for Q's and C's, questions and comments, Molly.
These are for our patrons?
These are for our patrons, and a little bit of drama this week.
Oh.
In that Molly stepped in,
Yes.
which I support.
Sure.
Normally it's me, and then sometimes when I forget, it's also Dan.
Thank you.
Prompting
And then
people.
sometimes it's also Beth.
Oh, I've never done it, I don't think.
Oh,
Have
never
I?
mind.
I don't know. I do other things.
Let's do another thing.
Yeah, Beth's busy. Beth's pretty busy.
This is
with
the
other
one
things.
thing that the three of us do. This is what we contribute.
Yeah. We can post to a forum
Yeah.
every once in a while.
Yeah. And Molly, I don't know if it was a bit or not that you got the date wrong and referred to questions and comments as questions and answers or not. I couldn't tell if you were trolling me or if it was just, you were just wrong.
We may never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never
That's my
know.
little mystery to figure out.
Yeah.
Anyway, 5 Mood Friends.
Fan engagement.
Fan engagement.
is
We're engaging with
happening right
fans.
now.
Questions and comments.
Heyo.
Joshy asks, Mannequin has long been a guilty pleasure of mine. What are your guilty pleasure films that you return to for comfort from time to time?
I think Joshy, not to dox him, is Josh Young.
Sounds like you're
Wow.
doxing him.
Wow. That's
Oh,
literally
wow.
I think. I mean, the names are very similar.
Connect the dots.
Listen, there's certainly evidence
Yes.
to suggest it.
Yeah.
I think I would have to answer honestly Sweet Home Alabama.
Which one is that?
It has Reese Witherspoon, and she plays a woman.
Orlando Bloom?
What?
No,
Oh.
absolutely not.
What am I thinking of?
Something else.
All right.
Are you thinking of Elizabethtown?
Yeah, that movie
Wow.
sucked.
No, in this one, she's originally from Alabama, and she moves to New York and becomes a famous designer and is about to marry basically like a JFK Jr. type. But Candace Bergman is in it, and
Does she meet a cowboy and fall in love?
no, she goes back home to get an official divorce from her. That's one where she's at the bottom of the stairs and she's like, "Get down here and give me a divorce." It's so
Oh,
cute.
she has a first husband.
Yeah.
She has a first
I
husband
Who's not Matthew McConaughey, but,
but
might as well.
really seems like it. I mean, definitely had Matthew McConaughey
gotcha.
in mind.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. There's just something very comforting about that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I will just turn back to it to watch over and over again mindlessly, even though I don't really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
For sure.
please don't put on my tombstone, "Here lies Molly Chase." Her favorite movie was Sweet Home Alabama,
Sure. I mean-
which may or may not be a little bit racist. I don't think actually the movie is, but the Sweet Home Alabama, the song.
Just to be clear, none of us have legal authority to say what goes on your tombstone.
I don't know. I've just heard people just sort of whoever is there.
Okay, listeners, make
mean-
sure if you find, for whatever reason, at some point you find yourself in charge of the epitaph for Molly Chase of Totes Recall, let it be known.
She loved Sweet Home.
But don't put that on the gravestone.
The movie, not the song.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
Yeah, just
maybe-
clarified. Yes.
True. No, I don't care for this song.
I don't know. I guess, I mean, this is going to sound so annoying, but I don't feel bad about the things I like.
Wow.
Oh, that is annoying.
Isn't it? Nice.
Okay, but do you have like a comfort movie then?
Do I? I guess it's just like turning on the Hiya channel on Roku.
The what?
There's a Hiya channel on Roku that just plays like mostly Hong Kong action movies.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
That's pretty good.
I don't do this so much anymore because I don't watch live TV. But like anytime 13 going on 30 was on or Miss Congeniality.
Oh, yes.
Or Legally Blonde.
Yes.
I would be like, yeah, I'll watch the
Let
rest
It
of this.
Ride.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with Legally Blonde and Miss Congeniality.
Wow,
I'm
shots
changing my
fired.
answer. I recently watched Miss Congeniality on a plane,
Okay.
and it was delicious. It was so nice to just go back to something comforting.
Great.
Yeah.
Even though there's a lot of sexual harassment in the workplace in that one.
Oh,
I'm sure
see, I
of it.
haven't even seen it that recently.
See, the FBI seems like it would be on the up and up.
Right.
Oh, that's
But
right.
it's sexually charged with Benjamin Bratt, so we let it slide.
Benjamin Bratt
Also, there's
Prius.
some, like,
no.
there is some homophobia in it. You know, anyway, don't go back and watch it unless you want to go back and watch it.
What is happening?
Oh, no.
Josh,
Is that your
asked him-
tombstone?
So your tombstone is go back and watch. Don't go back and watch Miss Congeniality unless you want to go back and watch it.
Benjamin Bratt's.
Benjamin Bratt's Prius.
How about you also, Dan?
I'm terrible at like rewatching things now. I mean, I certainly as a child when I had, no agency or money and I just watched whatever films we already owned.
Yeah.
I guess like for me, like what you're describing is like Point Break. Like
Perfect
Yeah.
rules, though.
I'm just saying like that's one of those movies where like if I'd come across it, I'm just like, yeah, I can watch this.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I usually mostly, I don't know. Like I usually just like I just go back to like random scenes of things that I find on YouTube that like pop in my head that delight me. Like at least once a year, I'll go back to that Tim and Eric sketch where Paul Rudd has a computer that has him dancing on the screen.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I have to look that up.
You've never seen it?
No.
It's pretty good.
Celery Man.
Okay.
It's great.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Or I'll just like remember. Yeah, I don't know.
Also, 9 to 5.
Great.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
But also good, right? Like you like that you like it.
Well, yeah.
I guess
But
we're
it's
under comfort.
comforting.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, great Muppet Caper.
Hell yeah.
Oh, great
I
choice.
watched that like 100 times.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. Office Space.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Great. Thank you, Joshy.
Sorry
Thank you.
we.
I'm sorry I'm shitty at answering questions.
Well, I think we all were pretty shitty at answering this question since none of us arguably answered the question.
I mean, Molly had
I
at least
answered it
3
like
epithets.
5 times.
Yeah, but you kept walking back on it.
Listen, I didn't. That was not part
Your
of the
tombstone
question.
is going to be enormous.
Which is fine. Like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Have whatever size
3 of us
gravestone
get
you
to
want.
decide, and for my part, I'm fine with Molly having a huge gravestone.
I have issues with it.
Okay, we'll take it up in committee.
Just use tiny font.
We'll take it up in committee.
Yeah, please.
Fra asks, what is more common in film? Ancient Egyptian magic or gods, Native American magic or curses, or ancient Chinese magic?
What was the first part?
What is more common?
Oh.
I mean, they're all bummers most of the time in the way that they displayed.
I feel like okay. Here's my rundown in my head. I feel like if it's horror, it's Native American. If it's comedy, it's Asian or South Asian.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember another movie where Egyptian magic is involved.
It feels somehow very late 80s, early 90s Egyptian curses. Feels like tight, but I also
When
can't
did
think of another movie.
when did they
The
start
Mummy?
sending shit out of that tomb? Was that back in like the 40s or the 30s?
Tutankhamun?
Yeah.
When was the 80s with the that annoying guy that's a Fox News commentator now?
Geraldo?
Used to be on
Geraldo.
Yeah, Geraldo Rivera was doing a live breaking into a tomb.
Is that Al Capone?
Oh no, it was Al Capone's
Capone's?
safe or something.
Yeah, and there's like nothing in there.
Yeah, LOL.
Haha, gotcha, Geraldo.
Idiot.
Ruined his career.
Sure did. Yeah, he never worked again.
I mean,
Well, and I was also trying to think like Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bangles came
Right.
out in the late 80s. So I'm just trying to figure out if there was something in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
didn't people open up Tutankhamun's
Yeah.
tomb
But when was that?
in like the 90s or 80s? I feel like I was alive.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Did we like have a war with Egypt in the 80s that I'm
I don't
forgetting
think
about?
so.
like a quiet one, like a Reagan War.
Sure.
Oh, that was everywhere.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Was Egypt one of the spots?
Well,
We'll never know.
We'll never know. Sorry for being shitty at answering questions.
Thank you for asking them. The reference machine comments, mannequins are one of my deepest fears.
Yes, agreed.
Uh-oh. Friends.
Ugh.
Fear friends.
The moment she turns... The moment she turns into a human, the first moment...
Oh. Jump scare.
So scary.
Yeah, for sure.
No. Yep. And you know it's coming, too, because that mannequin looks a lot like her. Like,
Yeah.
They did a good job.
They
in terms
did.
of likeness.
Yeah, he was
They
really
made
good at coming
6 of them with different facial expressions.
Huh.
Really?
Did you just clocked that from watching the movie?
You
Did you
counted
count
the
them?
number of facial expressions in the movie?
No, I did a quick search on a site.
Okay.
Okay. Tetsuger asks, Kim Cattrall, better in Mannequin or Big Trouble in Little China?
Oh.
Hard.
That's
I
hard.
would say. I mean, got a bigger role in this one.
Yes.
But she's very charming. She's very charming and funny in Big Trouble in Little China.
I feel like she...
Took some good comedy chops there, which I appreciate.
Yeah. I think she had... I feel like maybe she had a bigger ask in Big Trouble, but not as big of a role, if that makes any sense. Right? Because like in this one, yeah, like Molly was saying, like she kind of is just like feeling pretty good about herself. Like she's very self-actualized in this movie, and she's great.
And she doesn't have to like bust open a door and
No.
say, I'm a journalist here to report on what's happening.
Or like,
She was like Judy Law or whatever, right?
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
Law.
yeah.
Yeah, so she was less cartoony. I think she played this character pretty real, but
Agreed.
in a manner consistent with the over-the-top
Yeah.
direction that seemed to be given across the board.
Yeah.
I can't pick one.
You know what?
Okay.
She's just that good.
She's that good. I would pick this movie.
Sorry for being shitty at answering questions.
Beth, do you want to have an opinion?
No.
Okay.
I think she's great in both.
Okay. Loss asks, have you ever been attracted to a department store mannequin? Probably when I was a teen.
Probably, yeah, right? I mean, like, you
Really?
see, like, yeah, man, when you're
teen
like,
boys, it's a nightmare.
listen,
Okay, now we know why this movie was made.
when
I was
you
like, I don't understand it.
when you are awash in hormones, but they've like just started to kick in, like you don't even, it's not even conscious enough. It's like your brain will just be like, that cloud looks like a boob.
Why do they give the mannequins nipples?
Yeah.
What's that
Jonathan?
doing? Yeah.
Gotta see
Yeah,
what
where
the shirt looks like, I guess.
I guess.
I
when
guess.
it's very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At all temperatures.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, I feel like, don't most mannequins not have nipples though?
I don't know. Kim Cattrall's mannequin definitely has nipples. in
It
the
does.
beginning.
Yes.
We're shown that by the film.
Yeah.
That's what took him a month.
Ah.
You think he added those
switcher.
on?
Absolutely.
Like the
Oh.
default parts are
He's the Joel
nippleless?
Schumacher of
That was the thing he was sculpting the
Yep.
whole time.
That's why he's so inspired
boy.
by
I had to
it.
get them perfect.
Oh, boy. Jonathan Sculptor? We haven't said that yet.
Jonathan. Oh, yeah. Too obvious.
Yep.
Nipples switcher. Old Jonathan Nipples switcher.
Carzon asks, does Mannequin have the same energy as Splash and Weird Science? Yeah. I think
Yeah?
so. It's kind of this 80s.
But isn't Weird
Weird
Science? Wasn't Weird
Science
Science? They were like, she actually was built by horniness?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the same
she was
movie.
erected by horniness.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
Ollie.
Hell yeah. I love this.
And then Splash, Tom Hanks is horny for a mermaid, right?
Tom Hanks is horny in every single one of his movies. Go back and go through Tom Hanks'
Wow.
oeuvre.
What?
Clock
Bold.
it. Clock it. Every single time. At one point, you're just like, that dude is horny.
All right. Well,
Bridge of Spies? Horny for those bridges. I've never seen that movie.
Road to
Perdition.
Perdition.
Pemberton. Pepperidge Farm.
Pepperidge Farm, yeah.
I will say, though, I feel like
Horny
this,
for mob violence. Sorry.
the energy of this movie is so different than I think any movie I've ever seen.
Mm.
Oh, I can't believe how much I'm enjoying this movie. Yeah, it is so different. Like, it's frenetic and 80s and has the synth music throughout. And so all of the tropes are there, but it's like the dials are turned up, but only in certain areas.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how to explain
Like
this.
they,
it's
it's
not
like they actually
wall-to-wall
have
bananas.
an engineer actually
Yeah.
like switching them as it goes. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good point.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, patrons.
Thank you,
Thank you.
patrons. Sorry, we're shitty at answering questions.
Yeah.
And did you know this film won an Academy Award
What?
Or
For soundtrack?
for Best Original Song? by Starship.
Oh.
Is that the montage song?
No, that's the
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
That's written for this movie?
Yeah.
amazing.
That song slaps.
That song
Yeah.
does slap.
We didn't talk about that montage, though, which also is insane. That's like their falling in love first montage where they like travel through time costume-wise.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh, that's what
apparently
was
are
happening.
always in the department store, which is insane.
Do you think he was role-playing all of her previous lovers through time?
Whoa.
I do.
Whoa.
Yep. Now
I do.
Now we think that is what was happening.
Wow.
She was like kind of giving a history of like her deal.
Like
And
her
he was
sexual
like-
Sexual
exploits.
history. Yes.
And
Sexual
he was-
history of banging.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for
A
clarifying.
responsible thing to do with a new
It
partner.
is. Exactly. You must clarify. I mean,
Need you to
honestly,
role-play all the
who knows
artists
what
who
was
have come
happening down
before
there
you.
in Columbus, man. Like, that dude is probably riddled with
Oh, sure.
disease.
I mean, yeah, he brought disease to the new world.
yeah. Just,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like a spoiled pickle down there.
Also, like, just what a crap dude, man.
Columbus?
Yeah.
The position of this podcast, by the way, is that Christopher Columbus sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should stop having a holiday.
I'll
Yeah.
stand by that.
Yep.
That's like the first thing I've agreed with
Maybe
on
ever.
the position of the podcast.
Yeah. Not
Local
the director.
reference. Get rid of that fucking statue, unless we already did.
It has gotten to the point.
Didn't they pull it down
Yeah, but
a
didn't.
couple years ago?
I don't remember.
What get pulled down?
Columbus statue in front of the Capitol.
Oh, sorry.
I don't remember.
Okay.
It got pulled down. I don't know if
No,
it got
it
pulled
came
back up.
down.
I don't know if
Okay.
it was re-erected or not, Molly.
No, it's not been re-erected.
Good.
Maybe it's in some rich Italian American.
I mean, I'm
house.
sure there's like 1,000 other
So
Columbus
many.
statues
Yes.
in the cities.
Yeah, take him down.
Yeah.
I just want to say that certain things have become so prevalent on this podcast that they have infected my regular life.
Go for it.
And one of them is also Dan, and only also Dan's assertion that it is the canon of this podcast
no,
that
we
there
all
should be
agree on this.
more flaccid dong.
Oh no, that's I mean that's a universal truth podcast wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the fans are clamoring for
Fans
it.
are clamoring for it.
Literally nobody is.
I watched
It's our Eastern
this
promise
on
that we
a
want more.
large streaming service. I watched The Righteous Gemstones, and there is flaccid dong.
Oh, yeah.
in almost every episode.
It's amazing.
And
It's
every
amazing.
time it came on, I was like, Dan Linden would love this.
I did. I watched that show, and every time I was like, I salute the TV.
Well, it doesn't salute
I
back.
send $1. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, Beth.
Don't want equality.
Yeah. Sorry you didn't want. Yeah.
I think I just broke the
Guess we'll just go back to exclusively objectifying women in all media. If that's what you want, Beth. More nipples on mannequins. That's the Beth Gibbs way.
Our rating scale, as we all remember, is Mannequin Shenanigans,
Yes.
which is a prank show created and run by mannequins. The magical mannequins a la Kim Cattrall.
Yeah.
In which they get people into situations and then turn into mannequins.
I think
Yeah.
that's the central conceit of the pranks,
Yeah.
right?
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Or they started as mannequins and then become
Oh, sure,
animated.
sure.
But either,
Either
way,
way.
they freak people out.
Yeah.
People get freaked out.
And it's
Yeah.
fun.
It's a
Nice.
mannequin shenanigan.
They say it every time.
Yeah. And Dan, you gave it 4. You
Yes.
thought it would be wild and
Yes.
you would enjoy it.
Yes.
Mannequin shenanigan. You're watching the shenanigans. It's on at 8 Central Time. Mannequin shenanigans. Watch out. Might be a shenanigan.
So they were,
See that again. It's a shenanigan.
just to be clear,
in slow mo. It's a shenanigan.
Wow. So just to be clear, they were confident enough in the stain part of the show that they wrote the airtime into the lyrics of the theme song.
Yes.
Wow.
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 That's
That is
confidence.
balls.
They had some really
Strong meetings.
strong footage
Yeah.
of the head of the studio.
Oh, blackmail.
Yeah.
I see.
Wow.
So that's the
In a
best way to.
compromising position with a mannequin.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, oh, it's the first prank, the first shenanigan. Wow.
I had to greenlight the
Original
whole
shenanigan.
series
Yeah.
just
They
to
work for the CIA.
keep his marriage together. What?
Do you think the show is a psyop? They work for the CIA?
I do.
I do. I also think that.
Mannequin
Oh my
shenanigans. We're definitely not part of the CIA. Mannequin.
He's got radioactive blood. That explains the mannequins. They're filled with radioactive blood.
Oh.
And seeds, of course.
I hate this.
Remember, this is all Molly's fault.
100% Molly.
Listen,
So
we
what-
had that. We had that theme song professionally recorded. I don't know why you're all upset.
No one's upset.
No one's upset.
No one's mad.
No one's mad.
We're having
Beth
fun.
is
Having fun.
ready for this podcast to be over.
It's true. Forever.
Dave, you
Wow.
gave it a 4. How about now?
Yeah, it was wild. It was like it wasn't as wild as I was I was expecting it to be like fully like having a breakdown like I was with Casper, where I'm just like, why is this like, what are these choices that are being made? But the choices, as absurd as they often were like pretty consistent. Like I feel like there weren't that many like curveballs thrown into the movie. It was just kind of straightforward, like mannequin's alive, he's gonna bang the mannequin, and other people want the mannequin for reasons they even don't fully understand. Yeah, I don't know. It was ridiculous. I'll give it a 4. I'll stick to 4 for my main man, Hollywood Montrose, if nothing else.
Yep.
With that car. Oh, goddamn. The longest catalog in the world.
And he takes the time to put a cover over it.
Which says Hollywood
Custom
on it.
Cover.
Yeah.
Was that a Cadillac? I don't know cars. I'm dumb.
I don't know what car it was. It
Okay.
was a
It was pink.
huge.
Huge.
I'm pretty sure it was a Cadillac.
Great.
Okay. Car expert has spoken.
Yeah, I know so much
Beth
about cars.
Gearhead Gibbs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want more?
No, I'm just like,
Are you trying to think of a Marissa Tomei joke? Because I am.
Why?
no. No, I am.
Because,
Because of my cousin Vinny.
yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
This
My
has
biological
gone
clock.
off the rails. This is exactly why Josh picked this movie. I think Josh knew it would just like subtly break our brains in such a way where like we would just slowly lose it as the night went on.
Yeah. I was trying to merge Gibbs and Gearhead. That's Gibbs head.
Whoa.
But then also the K was like, I was trying to make the K something. And the
Beth Carr.
Carr.
Beth Carr Gibbs head.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Beth
Who,
Carr Gears.
I believe I gave it 4.
I believe that's true.
That's what you gave it for. You thought it'd be fun.
I think it was fun. I enjoyed it and had a good time. Do I have any more information than that? I do not. It was fun.
Great.
Okay.
4.
Stick it with it. All right. I also gave it a 4. Don't remember why. But I went through a journey thinking about what to rate this. I was originally thinking, like, I enjoyed that a lot. Maybe I should go higher than I predicted.
Mm-hmm.
But then I tell you, I was buoyed by Molly's brain breaking of, like, is this a multi-layered roast beef soup of a movie?
Yeah.
And I think it might be, so I'm going up to 5.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
The soup has spoken.
That's right. You gave it a 4.5,
Yeah.
expecting to either go 5 or 0.
And indeed, I am going 5.
Wow.
Thank you, Josh Hollywood Young,
Whoa.
for
Holly
suggesting this
Young.
movie. I have not. Are you trying to do something
Just
right now?
replace
Just
I'm always trying to do something.
oh my God.
It really broke my brain. I'm pretty sure it's art. I think it is
You made a solid case.
Thank you. I will add to that case, not at all, and just give it a 5.
Wow.
Great.
It sounds like we're in a full season of Mannequin Shenanigans from this table.
Oh, yeah, if you add it all up.
Yeah. Or at least a streamer season.
Oh, yeah, those jerks.
What?
That's what streaming services do now, is they make the first deal, like whether the show does well or doesn't do well.
Yeah.
If it just does a season, they just get a flat rate,
You're
like
right.
show creator.
Yeah.
And then they don't get like a big increase until like seasons 2 or 3, it goes way up, which is why all my favorite shows have gotten killed after 1 season or maybe 2
Maybe
seasons.
2, yeah. Well, maybe the new agreement between the Writers Guild and the producers, whatever that stands for, have changed the game. Fran Drescher, hail, 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 Fran
All our
Drescher.
hopes,
Yeah.
all our hopes have been on you.
Roxy seemed like kind of like they couldn't get Fran Drescher.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Or she did great. I don't want to put her down, but I feel like Fran could have also played that role.
For sure.
She had similar energy.
I wonder if all of them were like, we need you to play to Fran Drescher's energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe she was the muse for the whole thing.
Fran
Because the
Drescher?
whole thing,
Was she a mannequin on set? Was she the one left in the store?
The one that was like looking so sad in
Yeah.
the corner. That seems right.
That was not an accident.
Because the Egyptian god sent her to the future, and she learned she'd be the president of the Writers Guild of America at a time when the networks
When they need you.
and they need her. Yes.
And just to go back to the artistry of this movie, the last time we see the window before the wedding, it is set up to be ancient Egypt.
Yes.
It has sand there, and it has a woeful woman in the corner.
And a little sphinx.
And a little sphinx.
Yeah. She's stolen from
you
the
think-
Egypt setup.
Ruby the dog was inside that sphinx.
Oh,
and then at
wow.
a certain point, the sphinx just stands up on
Like
4 little
Ghostbusters?
bulldog legs, and it just, no, it's not.
Oh,
a
I
ghost,
thought you
it's
meant that he
fine.
was dead and mummified.
No.
I don't know. You're the one who thought he was dead.
Well, then he can be with Kim Cattrall in the afterlife.
Oh my
And travel
God.
through time together. That's cool.
I was just trying to get to the idea of a cute little sphinx prop that suddenly stands up on 4 little bulldog legs.
Yeah, that's great.
And hobbles off. That would be so cute.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it didn't happen, so Rambo's dead.
When does this come out?
87.
No, this episode.
Oh.
87.
Whoa.
Sending it back.
2000.
Wow. Send us your fat babies and pets for Halloween.
Yes.
Is that timely?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
This will
Just
come out.
around the corner.
Nice. Okay.
Dress up your bulldog like a sphinx.
And send it to Molly.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Put it on.
Your tombstone. Ooh.
Wow. Bold move to put a pet in a costume on as your epithet.
Like a picture.
Yeah, but like carved in there, right?
Can't you do like a thing now where you can like have a little fresco or something? And
Can you put a TV on there?
probably, yeah.
Solar powered TV
Why
or
not?
something?
You just
And
watch.
Trademarked.
Okay, so what do you want to put on the TV? The dog?
Yeah, like a slideshow of the dog.
Oh, like a slideshow. I thought it was just going to run like episodes of Benson or something, like nonstop.
Benson. You mean Becker?
No, I'm just mean like.
The Ted Danson show?
Yeah, or he's a dentist, right?
I thought he was a doctor.
I thought he worked
Dentists
at a
are
bar.
doctors.
Sorry, that's Cheers.
What? Jetpack dog?
Hey!
Wow, you're in a Sphinx costume.
Wow, I'm back. It's me, Jetpack Dog.
Did you just come from ancient Egypt, Jetpack dog?
That's right. I've traveled all the way there with the moral of the episode, which is
You can dance. You can dance.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, honestly.
Everything's under control.
Good lesson, Jetpack dog.
You can wrap up the podcast. We said everything we're going to say now.
Wow. Thank you and sorry to Josh Young.
It's 3 a.m. I must be there.
You did this. You did this, Josh.
It's
Congratulations.
been a while.
Oh my gosh, Molly's broken.
We literally, Mannequin has truly broken Molly. Now this is art, baby.
Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. New episodes of Totes Recall drop on the 15th of every month. For more information and bonus content, visit us at totesrecall.com. Thank you so much for listening.